Boy, I trust you in all, but I've been here before you. You remind me of pain, but I can't ignore you. After I met you, boy, I tried my best not to think of you. Such a silly game to play to eventually just lose to you.
Can I get another chance to hold you tonight? Down to my left, but things it's alright. Hold you, boy, with all of my might.
Just don't
Just to
let you
let you
slip
slip away. I
away.
pour my heart from out in their light. You know her is never my right. Trying to see what's in the cards for tonight.
Accept
Boy,
this
accept this
as
as
my
my plea.
plea.
Whoa ha ha. Whoa ha ha. Whoa ha ha. Hey hey.
Whoa-ha!
Whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha. Whoa
Whoa-ha-ha!
ha ha. Whoa
Whoa-ha-ha-ha!
ha ha. Hey hey.
Whoa-ha!
Whoa ha ha ha.
Whoa-ha-ha-ha! This
Yes.
was a not. No, please get the fuck out of here. Is this your
It looked
sassy
like a
hat?
no. It was my
Oh, your bag.
Lamotte
It was your
Sherry
Sherry
Dennis.
Dennis bag.
Yeah.
she had a she had a white woman's talk to the manager haircut, but because she's black, it was, we use the Marcel irons.
See, it wasn't that until
It
that happened.
was
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like,
But you
funny
see how they
story.
take over
So,
shit though. Mm.
so funny story. I was in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I used to go to the University of Bridgeport, and on Main Street there is a barber shop slash hair salon.
Mm-hmm.
This is very important to the story because it's right next to Rootsman Kitchen. So it is a
Mm.
strip mall that is very, very Negro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I used to get my haircut there because Puerto Rican guy, best haircut I've ever had.
Yeah.
Um,
Bridgeport
I'm
has
leaving one
hidden
day.
gems.
Yeah, I know. It's strange.
It is.
I'm leaving, and this white girl from my media class is in the retail section
Okay.
buying hair.
Okay.
And so I'm like, uh, I don't want to say her real name, but Stephanie. Like,
Okay.
girl, what you doing? And she was like, well, I'm gonna see to get my hair done. And Steph was a rocker chick, like a alt type girl.
Okay.
And at the time, this is where like white girls had the Sherry Dennis as well, but it was like
Yeah.
punk rocker chick or right, whatever.
Yeah.
So she she helped me. She was very lost. And when she went up to the counter, because I was just talking to her like because I was amused because I've never seen a white woman buy hair before. So
Oh, they
I
call it
was like, so
extensions.
yes. And so she's trying to explain to like the lady what she wants to do. And the salon, the hairstylist is just looking at her like, you want me to what?
Girl.
So she, mind you, this is 2006, so we didn't have to like pull up shit on our phones or whatever the fuck.
Right. Right.
So Mama was like, I'll be right back. You know what Stephanie did? Mama went to the library,
Oh.
printed out a hairstyle
Mm-hmm.
from
Resourceful.
whatever the Ash Jeeves or whatever the fuck,
Uh-huh.
and went back and gave it to her. She looked the fool, but the fact that she was resourceful and was like, I'm adamant about getting this Sherry Dennis rock situation asymmetrical
Did
Bob
Ashley Simpson have one
scenario.
of those? Did Avril Lavigne have one of those? I don't know. I just put them on
Mm-mm.
all of them. Um, we have to be
But it
really
didn't get
fucking
to
resourceful.
yeah. But like remember, it didn't really get to Karen-ish until Nancy Grace came along.
No, it's true.
You know,
This nigga's always around.
um,
I'm like, there's other blocks, my man. There's other
that's
blocks.
because he's that's no ice cream in there.
I know. Especially the times he comes by. I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
don't play the
Mm,
song though, my brother. Like, can you just turn
they
the
selling
song?
pussy. That's how. That's what we keep saying about the ice cream truck that come out around here at 10 p.m.
First of all, your ice cream truck around there is most certainly not an ice cream truck
selling pussy out the
because
Vhen.
I know what your neighborhood looks like. And nobody there is buying a softy coat with peanuts.
Not at all. No double dip swirl over here.
Truth be told, I never hear children at this nigga's truck. So
no,
not even Noah.
Dude, when's the last time Noah bought something from the ice cream truck? Do you allow her to go to the ice cream truck?
First of all, let me tell you, we'll talk about an entrepreneur.
Yes. Yes.
There's a nigga who goes.
My girl.
There's a nigga by her school who, when I tell you, that nigga will hop the line and cut around the parents to make sure he gets him a spot, because he's about to get that after school money. So that's so. Period. She gets ice cream more than she should because of the entrepreneurs by her school who's like, yeah, I found the key. You know what I mean?
You know, ice cream trucks were the first food truck. You know,
they absolutely were. They absolutely were. They don't get their flowers enough for that.
Like in front of my building, we have food truck Thursdays every Thursday, and I'm always like, this is fine, but then the ice cream DK guy comes over, and I'm like, this would be nice if we had like a dessert truck. Yeah. But I know you don't have ice cream in here. But
I miss the little Mexican food truck by my old job, where they ask you if you want corn or flour tortillas, and on the menu it says flour, FLOWER. I miss them. I miss them so much.
Yes.
I miss them. Oh yeah, praise the Lord,
hey everybody. Yes. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Jade and X. This is a big and freaky supersized episode because we have a lot to cover. Yeah. Because we're covering the first 4 episodes of Life After Lockup. We know every year this happens. Every year there's a brand new season that we take a break. We're
covering the show so much to the point where it's actually stupid on our part. Yeah. And you niggas never have to wonder. You never have to worry. Daddy always comes home. You know, don't even worry about it. So, you know, we just, if you missed it before, because people be missing stuff, and I'd be so fascinated when they'd be like, I didn't know anything about this. I don't know. I
saw that comment today. And
How y'all don't?
I was so annoyed.
I don't get it. But anyway.
Yeah.
My grandmother passed. And I have been in the throes of family dynamics, you know, and, you know, establishing my grandfather and, you know, trying to get him set up, and Noah started school. So it's been you know, and we've had many family friends also pass away in the last couple of days. So it's just been a lot going on. So I appreciate the agents of chaos who, you know, fuck them other niggas, because I'm down for my niggas. Y'all are the bee's fucking knees, and I appreciate you for the way that you show up and support, and know that XD and I are always going to come through with the heat. And before we begin our supersized 4-episode episode, I just want, you know, it's just to quickly bringing attention to the fact that 5 journalists were killed in Gaza in an assassination. Hussam al-Masri, Mohammed Salama, Mariam Abu Daga, Moaz Abu Taha, and Ahmad Abu Aziz. I don't know what it's going to take for anybody to do any fucking thing, but you all are literally watching. You've been watching children die. That wasn't enough to get blown up. Vegans are quiet. Y'all don't have shit to say about dogs dying. You know, if you're going to speak up anytime, speak up now. Not when somebody's wearing pleather. You know what I mean? Shit is still going down in Sudan. Real bad. So, like, we have literal Hitler in office who is doing frightening things. So now he's saying he's going to take away cash bonds starting in D.C. Do you all know how absolutely dangerous that is? Do you see what is happening? Like, please put these things into perspective. They are repeating history, and they're doing it bigger. They're supersizing it. So just continue to pay attention. And I just wanted to make sure that there was some acknowledgement in this particular episode. But before we move on, let's pay some bills. And then we should see how each other are doing and whatnot.
Yeah. Thank you all each and every week for tuning in. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend that we're here doing the work. Get some new listeners in. Folks have never heard of us before. This is the time. You can tell your white friends to listen to us because they need to know this information. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But subscribe to us on Patreon. We have a Wang Dang Doodle over there. So many shows we watch and cover, including this subsequent episodes of Life After Lockup. They will be here. Well, they will be on Patreon. 15 minutes previews on the YouTube channel. So go subscribe to our Patreon as well as our YouTube.
Yes.
It's freer than You and Me, where you get brief 15-minute stuff of our things from Beyond the Gates, our Patreon, as well as every other Friday we do Big Brother recaps live every other Thursday at 9 p.m. The reason why we do every other Thursday is because life is lifing.
For everybody.
Everybody got something going on. A family member is sick and they're a caretaker now, traveling, just depression. It's a lot going on. So it's a nice time to reconnect and also give it some breathing room and also wider for discussion. I suggest you all tune in. If you missed it, this past Thursday's episode, we discussed Big Brother and Love Island because the reunion happened this past Monday. So if you missed it, you could go watch it for free on YouTube and on our Patreon. Subscribe to us on Discord. It's the place where Jade and I don't be. I'll go in to just, say wagwan. But it is a fan-run space or a listener agent-run space where they have their own events. They help each other out. It's their own thing.
They fellowship. They commune. I love it.
So if you are in need of real community, because that's such a bastardized word nowadays, but if you're in need of some sort of digital community that's legit, I will say without a doubt, join the Discord. It's a safer place on the internet.
It really is. Despite
that's why it's safer, not safe.
Despite the agents of, it's not safe for you to be an asshole. I'll tell you that.
No.
Well, only in the best of ways, like us. You know what I mean? Like it's not
good trouble.
Not for you to be like a for real world class asshole. Like so, make sure you enter the space and speak. It's a space of manners and brought upsy and dark humor, because it is also the agents of chaos who are.
Because the moderators will let you know, be like, "Hey, you."
Hey, teetering that line there, you. So make sure they are a real community, and I don't like to express proud for adults, for most people and children included, but I'm really proud of the space that we've cultivated, and I'm really proud that they've, continued that on. So thank you, agents. Y'all are it. So.
Yeah. If there's any other announcements, again, I'm doing consulting still. Email me at xd@xdexperience.com. If you want to book Jade and XD to come to your town, please email us. We're open to it as well as advertising. We're still a grassroots production.
Yes.
And so...
you know what? Congratulations, nigga. 11 years. 11 years we've been doing this.
Congratulations to you too.
On our own.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
On our own. Okay. Yes, on our own.
So I hope you step back every now and again and be like, yeah.
Well, yes. I've been in a space of I've been trying to be more positive lately, and so it comes off robotic, and so Chris Rogers will look at me like,
it's like Courtnee.
But in recent weeks, I've been trying to be more present and thankful and grateful,
Good.
of what we have and what we built. And I was like, since I started XD like almost 20 years ago, I was like, my whole goal, I told Asante this, all I wanted to do was just be a YouTube partner and be at home.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's been so much more opportunities. And for the last 5 years, we have been able to work for ourselves and be completely independent. And I'm so grateful and thank you all for that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But without our hard work, nigga, like it's, we've won Emmys with Leah Remini. We have done.
Hello, like we've started shows on BET Plus, the Miss Pat show. Like we've really we took Matt Sharp to a whole new level. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So our imprint
CBS
on the world
on our backs.
It's truly it's quiet, but it's a flex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not financially, but it's we're staking our claim.
Yeah. But anywho, we thank you all and shout out to us. We're the bomb. Let's take a break and we'll be back with more Jade and XD.
You're the most humble podcasters on the air.
Mm-hmm. And we're black. Before we get into it, I have a couple of things to talk to you about.
Yeah.
The past few weeks, I've been working, blah, 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 blah. Here's what... Remember how I said, Tiffy time would be the end, and somehow she brings herself back?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have a new one. And remember how I said I thought it was going to be her replacement?
Yeah.
Nah. So, instead of Tiffy time, I can't believe I'm about to say this. It's Jason Lee time.
Oh, no.
So, if you aren't aware, Jason Lee is a product of social media affliction, if you will. They run things like Neighborhood Talk or whatever the fuck. One of them micro bloggers on, and they had a podcast with Melissa Ford and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Well, they became a few years ago, they became a city council member of Stockton, California. Now now they've been elected to be vice mayor. So they have been vice mayor in Stockton for a little while. I do want to say, if you're unaware where Stockton is, it is near Sacramento. And, I refer to Sacramento as Arkansas, California. So Stockton would be Ohio, California.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, or Gary, Indiana.
Yeah. Yeah. Stockton is the Gary to Gary, Sacramento, Chicago, Arkansas.
Yes. That's exactly it. So apparently he has misused about 50 grand
already.
Allegedly. $50,000 of public funds from the city's risk mitigation fund were misappropriated for a Wild and Out event without proper approval. So back in May, they had a Wild and Out event, and somehow these funds, miraculously, from this account, went to promote
the Wild and Out event?
This event. And, so Fox is reporting that Lee facilitated the misuse of funds, causing the city manager to raise concerns about how Lee engaged the city staff and event promoters. So, they're like, this is a little, y'all blurring a little like professional and, conflicts of interest here.
Is Nick Cannon still a part of Wild and Out?
Because here's what what's his face said. Jason Lee said, "A few weeks ago, I got tipped off that there was a conspiracy brewing. Claims that I brought Wildin' Out to Stockton and influenced decisions so Nick Cannon, my friends, and I could profit." Lee continued, "Let's be clear. Nick and the Wildin' Out team came to Stockton as a favor to me to turn the city up and prove that we deserve world-class partnerships like Nick Rip Michaels, and 5120 Entertainment. The attacks on our hardworking city staff for simply doing their jobs beyond disappointing. So,
I'm gonna shoot the speaker.
It is like school is back in session, right?
Like,
so
nigga. Technically not.
It's close enough.
Yes, it is, and it's DOE's not back yet, but okay. Ooh. Please don't circle the block either. Yes. Okay, so no, he most certainly did that, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Because who the fuck does? Who the fuck goes to Stockton as a favor? Well, me. That's how I even know Stockton exists. But I'm like,
but like, who? How do you like? They came as a favor to me to put Stockton on the map. First, yeah, you definitely did that, sir. And it gives me when did Tiffany build that skating rink?
Yeah,
it gives exactly that. Or when she had Kiki Wyatt come,
you promised
exactly situations like
Nick Cannon. What's the thing called?
Mariah Carey's baby daddy.
Mariah Carey's baby father.
Mm-hmm.
You promised him an honorarium, and when you could not get that honorarium, allegedly, you then proceeded to
rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah. Yep. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I just needed to let you know that because I'm sure there will be updates.
Yeah.
Since political. I don't want to do too much political news because it's. I mean, you can look outside, but I do think that I found that of note.
Noah's into wrestling.
Yes.
Physically.
Okay.
So this nigga, what is it called where you take somebody down and wrap your leg around them like a python?
Submission. A submission move. It depends on what type of it is. But yeah, submission move.
That's what she did to me out of the blue. And that nigga's getting strong. And see,
listen,
she's trying to test me because she didn't, she don't get beat. And, she knows that I'm strong. So she's trying to test me physically now with these wrestling matches. And I've got to go work out because I'm not as agile as I once was. I gotta show this nigga, but then I also have to like fall back a little bit because I'm like, I don't want to accidentally like punch you in the chest, and then
I'm curious as to how she would react with professional wrestling. Just watching, like, if I showed her like Bianca Belair.
Let's test this out.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to show her.
You will show her. You will show her.
Yeah.
She takes to many things of ours. I now officially have her singing throw your fingers in the air, we're gonna fall out here, and she like, fuck that nigga. I don't let her say fuck, but she goes, fuck. So we've been singing, and she asked to listen to Ludacris on the first day of school on the way. I was like, is this your hype man music? Like, what you... And today I had her singing Cameron's Down and Out, and I was like, I am so proud of my parenting. Yes, that's her favorite. That's her favorite part. She'd be like, down, down.
Not only Cameron, but Selena Johnston. Very
black
artist.
Yes, because Selena don't get enough flowers. Also on All Falls Down. She also learned about chopped and screwed music because we were listening to T-Pain, and then Chopped and Screwed, the song came on, so I had to then put her onto the style of music in which the song was inspired. So, when
Chopped and Screwed took over. Because you remember that time? Because that's when niggas got on the internet and was doing covers real bad.
Yeah.
That was like when niggas realized they had access to YouTube for real.
Yes.
Around the time of and it was always like the the weird bed wedding remix or whatever, where some random niggas talking about.
Why was it called? Why were they called bedwet? I mean, we know why, but also, yeah. I also
Gross.
quietly love like niggas getting a hold of YouTube. So this is one nigga who does. But also hate it, like how we talk about how they need to put a tariff on podcast equipment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's this nigga. When I was trying to figure out if I was going to be able to take weed on the cruise,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let me just look at past experiences, right? Let me just look on the internet. I'm going to scour the internet. So I find this nigga on YouTube. It's this big nigga who looks like he carries a washcloth with him. And he was telling the people about how he was smoking on the Carnival cruise. And how he is now banned from the Carnival cruise. Howsoever, he then directed people to his Patreon if they really want to know how they can properly get away with it. And I said, why do you have a Patreon? Why do you have a Patreon, Lavelle? Like, why do you have?
Listen, the hustle, you can't knock it.
I love when niggas in the hood get a YouTube. I love when niggas become like nigfluencers.
Legit.
No, when they become nigfluencers are like the best fucking thing ever. They are one of my favorite things to
Have
watch.
you seen where like the trend now is to like do like project tours, where like there are people like who live in the projects. Who, you know how people give like regular house tours or home tours, apartment tours? Yes. They give project tours. Did we watch one?
Yeah, no, I don't think so, but we've seen the hood tours. But I think I have seen one project tour. Why I do not want them to do this is because, not for nothing, Section 8 housing is big. NYCHA got some big ass apartments, and I don't want you crackers to get a hold of any. Yeah. They already turned Vanderveer into Flatbush Gardens. You know what I'm saying? So at this point now, stop exposing the business.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Like my homegirl used to live in the Jacks off the J at Alabama. And I remember I was going over there. I used to go over there often, but I was like, when I think about it, I'm like, maybe I should not have. But no, nothing. No one bothered me.
You made it out. No.
Yeah, it's fine. But my girl had a 3-bedroom. And when I tell you, it was just her and her daughter.
Yep.
And it was the most spacious. She was like, I don't even have enough money to like furnish everything. And I was like, I don't see how you can because of the fact that it's so fucking big.
Living rooms be big as
shit. It's bigger than my apartment.
You have a whole sectional and a love seat.
Yeah.
And a whole, like. You can really, you can do a lot with a
NYCHA. This is a home.
You can do a lot with a NYCHA apartment. Now, granted, it comes with some caveats. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. The elevator smelled like urine from 3 generations.
Yeah.
But her actual unit, amazing. And she was like, I'm the only unit in here that don't have roaches. I was like,
work, mama.
Sister.
Work, mama. See? So I just want them to stop exposing the internet is the worst thing to happen to the young people. They don't have no boundaries about when to cut off the information. Y'all don't need to share everything. Stop sharing how you scammed Amex on TikTok.
Thank you.
It's not bright. Like it's not smart. It's
not at all.
The old biddies are still trying to holler at my grandfather. It's a brigade.
They're going to turn up in the next month or two.
Oh, no. They turned up in the first week, I told you. But the trollop list keeps growing. And he sends screenshots of their text messages to our family group chat. So... we be talking cash shit about your grandma if she's listening. But tell her also that she's trifling and to stop trying to holler at somebody who was widowed a couple of weeks ago. That is insane. Like, there's no qualms. There's no reservations. They just do whatever the fuck.
Listen,
And they are
old
shameless.
people are. Well, yeah, they are proof positive that they're the ones that know that life is too short. So you might as well like
shoot your shot.
get on the good foot. Yeah, I mean, and I also feel like, and you and I both know as we've gotten older, like our level of fucks and scruples, you know, diminish over time.
Yeah.
So I can imagine at 70.
I was born with few, so I'm scared to see what, because I saw the
I'm
one who I told
surprised.
you about on the Patreon.
She didn't show up. She didn't show up to.
Oh no, that bitch was at the
Trench
repast. She showed up at the repast talking about Pastor. She goes, "Hi, Jade." I said, "Shirley." And it kept going.
You try to show your grandfather her slip. Just
girl, tuck that girdle back and
trying to show her a little
and watch
ankle
your old
action.
nanny. Like, we're not doing that right now. And I'm not trying to block nobody's, geriatric blessings, but I also like give us some time, bitch.
Like, a month.
God damn.
Like, clearly, like, but we don't have that.
We don't. Well, find it, bitch, before I help you find it.
Yeah, listen, I like shame in elderly people. They don't mesh. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. How shameless are we going to be?
Oh no, we have the internet. We don't really have shame like that. So it might. I think we've gone so far off course in just
we as a society? I'm talking about me and
society.
You. No, I don't. I can't subscribe to what those niggas do. I've got more shame than them.
Well, no, I'm probably gonna loop. I'm so liberal, I done looped around to conservative again. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Let me not say it because somebody say because if your kid is walking into school at all fours, but I don't want to sound like a Texas, politician because I know theirs is exaggerations, right? I've not heard there are no fucking kids peeing in litter boxes, but Brenda does exist, and y'all not gonna act like.
Lock her up.
Not to get all Snoop about it. You know what I mean? But
yes, Snoop. I was just watching movies with my kid, and all of a sudden...
When all of a sudden there was two lesbians showed up. I was like, I know you of all fucking people.
He said he was flat. His gabbers flaccid because he was sitting with his grown-ass son.
and grandchild. First of all, that didn't happen. Let's be very clear here. Like, the kid did not say that. No. Okay? That's a lie. And then second of all,
these two women are having a baby? Oh my God.
And Snoop was up there like, same sex marriage. And he was upset about it. Proposition hate. You want to talk about a boomerang back to conservatism?
Yeah.
How does a nigga who got this nigga got a song called "Murder Was the Case That They Gave Me"?
Like, I saw you in the music video just roll over in the thing.
I've heard fuck your that. Album. I saw you in the courtroom with your Shirley Temple curls, nigga. Like, I watched you in the courtroom battle the case of murder that they gave you.
Yeah. And you want to talk about the sanctity of whatever the fuck. Here's my thing.
Oh, these
niggas. I think niggas say shit to I think also WWE Hall of Famer Snoop Dogg. Because he is.
I know. I don't know, but I know.
Yeah, he is. I feel like niggas try really hard to align with whiteness, and they don't even see like how pervasive or how like sold out, I guess the term would be. Like, I don't Do
Yeah,
I think he feels this way? Maybe. I also don't think he has ever given it much thought
I
either, right?
do,
Like,
because I also find
I
Gen
also,
X niggas are a particular sect of a cesspool in
yeah,
their
but it's also
opinions.
like, yes, I agree, but it's also like this isn't a new thing.
No, it's
So
not.
what was the catalyst for you to say this? You know what I mean? Like, or bring this up? Was this like a? Because in my head now everything is
Doesn't Snoop
media.
have? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a lyric in one of them songs about two bitches kissing? I could swear they're
He was on the L word.
Snoop, go to hell, nigga. 7 times. Middle
He
Earth.
was on the
Like,
L word. His son that he don't want to, his son that don't say he gay, but he gay.
oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I, I don't know.
Get a
Snoop is one of
grip,
those people. I'm
Calvin.
so surprised. Yeah, I'm just really surprised that he's out here. You
I'm
know what I
not.
mean? Like, there are certain rappers where I'm like, huh, you made it, but whatever. Snoop can go to hell, and that's all that matters. He's a Trumper anyway.
Yeah, seven
Um,
times.
let's take a break
Mm.
and start for real, real life after
Oh
lockup.
yeah. Oh yes. Okay.
All right, hit it, Claude. I know, and we're back.
Yeah.
We're covering 4 episodes of Life After Lockup. You can catch it every Friday at 8 p.m. Check your local listings. Um, we're gonna go couple by couple through the 4 episodes. So, and again, this is free, so you could find each couple that you're looking for by each individual video. Okay,
Yes.
and it's all together. Alrighty. So, where do you want to jump first?
Oh. You know what? I'll just go down. Let's start with some whites. Let's get Sally, also known as Bianca, and Daniel out of the way.
Okay. Okay. It's interesting what a couple seasons will do to both her and to us, or to me, because my initial reaction was like, however, the last 4 episodes, my attitude has changed a smidgen. Not much, just
It's
a
like
smidgen.
not much, because she's still an insufferable 24-year-old.
She's
But
just being a
then
slightly more
also
responsible 24-year-old.
ever so slightly, but also yeah, we'll get to this. So Bianca, who we affectionately call Sally, is 24. Daniel is 30, exactly, is 31. That's also another reason why he is the more
Great assault.
problematic one always. Yep. He's 31. He is a moving company worker now, and they are out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah. He got a car now. In order to operate it, he has to use a breathalyzer in order to start it, because that's a part of his dealings with the government, because he's still on papers. I thought it was interesting. I was like, I've never seen that before.
Oh, you haven't?
The breathalyzer to start.
Oh
No.
yeah, the DUI. I know a couple people who had DUIs. Stop drinking and driving, folks.
Yeah, stop, guys.
Which
777-7777 or get an Uber.
to consuming and driving in a little bit. I did forget until they reminded me about the Goodwill promise ring that his mother bought.
Yeah, for $50.
Yes.
Yeah, remember last season or wherever they were on, he proposed to her with a Savers ring, and it wasn't even a proposal; it was a promise ring proposal. And so she's looking for a commitment the next 4 months. They moved to a new crib, so she's she's trying to get her life back in order. So like they go to like CrossFit, but like CrossFit for recovery. And it's
Barbell
called the
is what it's called.
Yeah, Barbell Saves program, and
Yeah.
it's pretty cool program
It
for
is.
those who are in recovery, and they use CrossFit principles for recovery practices, which is I enjoy this modality better than AA or NA.
Yeah, because you get to be active and also within
It's
community,
not
and
religious based.
it's not religious based. It's focusing on your health in a different way. You know what? It's giving you something else to focus on. I really actually thought it was a very cool program.
Me too.
And she goes with him because surprise,
Mama.
actual surprise, Mama stopped drinking.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said I'm giving her this little bit of modicum of responsibility because last time we saw her, Mama was off her fucking rocker, and it wasn't helpful or conducive for him to be with her if she drank the way she did, you know?
Yes.
For his own sobriety.
Yeah.
So, you know, she realizes that, you know, she don't like the way alcohol makes her feel anymore, and, you know, she's trying to be a better person. So, you know, good for her. However, you know, she ends up leaving the gym. They finish up their workout. She ends up going to hang out with Celeste. Remember Celeste last season? That was the
Gator,
the fiance of his friend Gator, who she cannot stand. I too cannot stand him.
He's a loudmouth yacht.
Yeah. But she took a liking to Celeste and vice versa. And so remember, Gator and Celeste are getting married. And so she goes with Celeste wedding shopping. And so they're trying on dresses. Of course, Bianca is like not jealous, but longing for a similar scenario. She tries on dresses herself. Of course, she wants a black dress because she's dark inside.
Yeah. Sally.
But also, I wouldn't work. Black actually worked better for her. I was like, I see you in a black dress.
Because I feel like white would have that white on white
on Selling Sunset.
Crime.
You could ask your husband on Selling Sunset. Christine Quinn got married in a black dress, and it was everything.
Oh, okay.
I was like, this is great.
Not mad at
it. Ever since Khalees had that green dress, I was like, why do people, you know, I'm all for choosing whatever color you want, but I'm like, I wish more people would invest in like colorful things at weddings.
And Nas was definitely a petty bitch for putting that on his album cover. But
yep.
Man, niggas really. So yeah, they go dress shopping, and this is where we find out that she recently traveled to his cousin's wedding, which she was a bridesmaid in, and I guess he decided at the last minute that he was not going to go. So she went to his cousin's wedding alone, which would have irritated the fuck out of me if I'm being. I wouldn't have gone. And he went with his other cousin, the one who we've seen, the one who looks like Randall from Recess. He went with Randall to Vegas.
The one that was trying to fuck on Bianca.
Yeah, exactly. And he had a slip up, which he admits to his sponsor trainer, that he took some shots at the airport due to stress. And we see throughout these episodes that that stress is building, and there is a nagging reason for it.
Yeah. So in the next episode, he randomly checks his email and he finds out he has court tomorrow. And so Bianca's like, you're not telling me everything. Like, what the fuck is going on? He was like, shit happens when you get out of prison. Like, you don't know what other pending charges are happening. I just happened to check my email. I found out I have for a shoplifting charge. You know, my bad, girl. I was on drugs. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. So now I need to go 4 hours and handle this.
And also, and this was for shoplifting, yeah, like you said, from Walmart 6 years ago, when he was still using and he was stealing in order to support his habit. Let's be clear. Now, no, not so much. But has there been a time where, you know, I might have had a few warrants and gotten caught up because I didn't know or didn't remember? Sure. Is that irresponsible? Yeah. But also, 6 years when you've been dealing with all these things, like, girl, just be happy he saw the fucking email and told you. And this is where, that's why when you said you want to give her a crumb, I forgot about the drinking thing until we got to it. But you don't get points for people are responsible for their own actions. Let's start there. And also responsible for leaving situations that cause them stress or cause them to backslide into, previous behaviors that were not helpful for their lives. Howsoever, I'm not giving her a lot of credit, because even though she did stop drinking, she is not easy. And that's why he didn't tell her. That's why he told her he didn't want her going with him to court. He didn't tell her why. He was like, I don't want to hear her fucking mouth for 8 hours. The girl complains about everything under the sun. Even when she went to the barbell program, she's complaining about how she wore the wrong bra. At one point, she cut somebody off on the highway and she's cussing them out on the thing. And he's like, you don't want to cut them. Like, she is a problem.
Right. Now, part of me thought, I'm like, is this her having withdrawal symptoms?
Probably. She acknowledged that she's a little testy because she's used to drinking to ease her worries.
Yeah. Now, here's again where I have a problem with her. Well, I have a problem with him because she feels as though like she's being left in the dark about stuff, and the way he explains it to her, yes, she's irritating, so therefore he responds to her in a way that's like dismissive, and it's like, so therefore she even feels more in the dark and gets more irritable or irritating because of the fact of the lack of information that she knows that he has.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like,
but I don't feel bad for him, because at one point he tells us that she's his soulmate, and he knows they're supposed to be together, but yet and still you haven't been drinking for all this time, but you run off to take shots because she's working your last nerve, and now you want to go and drive to your court appointment on your own and stay in a hotel and do all of these things because she's getting on your fucking nerves. You could choose to walk away from the situation that is sending you into a spiral.
Exactly. So he leaves and doesn't say anything to her, and he leaves for court. 4-hour drive each way. In the meantime, she links up with her friend Katie at the cat store,
which is her old neighbor.
Is her old neighbor who is 10 years her senior, but also 10 years stupid.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Because her neighbor gives her horrible advice. Like, she's like, he's out here doing X, Y, and Z, and you need to watch. Mind you, he is not. He is just on the road.
Yeah.
Pissed that he has to do this.
Yeah.
So, moving on. As she leaves the cat store, his PO calls her, and she's confused because she's like, well, why the fuck are you calling me? Shouldn't you know he at court? So all of a sudden, she gets off the phone and she tells production, well, he's not coming back, so I don't want to film anymore. And so she takes off everything, all her mic pack. She takes the cameras out the car. She's like, well, I don't want to film anymore. Super dramatic. And production's trying to figure out, well, bitch, what the fuck happened? This is a very common thing that happens in these 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But I was beyond irritated.
I was irritated because this was stupid. How they were manufacturing drama. At least with Quiana and them, I could see why this happened the way it did.
Yes, we will. Yes.
But this was stupid. So, like, 2 hours later, she comes back to their apartment and she agrees to film again. So, like, nothing happened. He had 80 hours of community service. He has to pay $50. And so what happened with that phone call was that the PO told her that he cool and he's staying at a hotel. But the PO was like, I don't like the situation that y'all got going on at home. This is a toxic situation. And because I don't like it, I should move this nigga out the home. We'll see.
And this is all because he called his PO and vented to him or her or them like his bestie or
Let me tell you about my bitch girlfriend.
This bitch
Like,
is getting on my nerves. and I might go steal another Walkman from Walmart if she keeps yapping in my ear. And the PO got all concerned or whatever. Now, she is the most mad.
How bad are you?
She
like how
that you are venting to your PO.
Because I wrote in my notes, I was like, I don't want to be on her side or his side. But why are you telling your PO your business with her? Like, that's crazy work.
No, they can both eat each other like beta fish. Let's be clear. But she's mad about him telling their business. That's what she's mad about. She's mad about the hotel. She's mad about them telling their business. And she genuinely, in her soul of souls, believe she is the most unproblematic person alive, which is so fascinating. But she doesn't have anybody who truly holds her accountable.
No.
Now, this is why I say you can't give him nothing.
No.
I tried to give him something because, you know, he was diligent about his not drinking. And listen, I understand it's a sickness, so... But also, we make willful decisions and put ourselves in situations that we know ain't good for us. So he's ignoring the shit out of her calls. Remember, he stayed in a hotel. And he's like, I just need some space from this bitch. Like, goddamn. And he brings up the fact that she don't have no friends, because she don't, which is why she don't really like anybody. Like, she can say she likes Celeste. She's neutral about Celeste. She hangs out with Celeste because she's somebody to hang out with. Same with her old neighbor. She is in Arizona alone, which is going to cause you to probably cling to your partner more. He goes to the bar after starting his vehicle with his breathalyzer. He drives to the bar to meet some friends, and clearly these particular friends are not his friends. These are the types of friends that parents are like, those are not your friends. They don't want good for you. So he gets there, and these niggas are throwing back, first of all, lawless ass Long Island iced teas. That can't be good for anybody over the age of 25.
I'm going to be a problem here. And I'm just going to go out on a whim and say, like, if you are over the age of 25 and drinking Long Island iced teas, you're the problem.
You're the problem.
In every everything that's going on in your life.
In every situation.
You are the problem.
Yep.
Like,
you are your own downfall. You are your worst enemy.
You are your inner saboteur. I just want you all to know that.
And don't think because you make it cute and add a shot of Midori or whatever the fuck you do to flavor that bitch up.
And you serve it in a little nice glass.
No,
it's still...
No, bitch. It's still a mix of liquors. And it's not even good.
No,
it's not
this is
even
why, again,
good.
I judge you heavily, like with the power and will of God. I judge because like why, like that is so crazy. Like why would you make that conscious decision for yourself? Like you clearly have no scruples, nothing to live for.
You know, the last place I bartended was the Jazz Club, and every once in a while I would get a Long Island iced tea. You know, like Long Island iced tea started phasing out as the places that I worked changed. And every once in a while I would get one, and it would just bring forth a face of judgment every time. Like, I got to make this shit. All I got to do is pick up every bottle and add a splash of Coke.
And while you're making it, it's like you realize like the choices you're making, like I got bills, I got kids, like what am I doing?
What are you doing? What are
like,
you doing?
I got a family, I got people that love me. Like why am I drinking this?
8 shots of mixed liquor. And a splash of Coke in a glass.
One of those liquors. Just one of those.
Yep. Sure. Yeah. Except for the triple sec, because that would just be diabolical.
That's nasty.
Or gin and Coke.
Yeah.
But yes, to your point. To your point. It's just terrible decision making, and that's what they're drinking, and that's what they encourage him to order and drink.
Mm-hmm. They do. They also encourage him to drop her like a bad habit.
Which,
because they give, standard bro advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're his coworkers, so they're just like, yo, she's crazy, bro. Like, you really love her,
she saved
bro.
in your phone as kitty baby.
Yeah, it's weird. However, something tells me through the previews that, he's going to get a bigger battery in his back, and she's going to show up. Oh, because she has his location on.
Exactly. So she's
And
going to pop
so
up to
I
the
have a
bar.
feeling she's going to pop up down to the watering hole and
and either catch him drinking, or he is not going to order a drink because, production likes to play. He's either not going to order a drink, but he's still kicking it, and she's still going to have a problem.
Yeah. And that was them.
Mm-hmm. Who do you want to end with? Because I have to say, Sharp Entertainment,
they came through this season because it depends. It's between, honestly, I want to end with Brooke and JK.
Okay. All right. So let's go black.
It was gonna be Scrabble tiles, but then I was like, no. And I thought about this as well. I was like, what order would I talk about this? And then we got to that final scene with Brooke and Bonnie, and I said, oh.
Okay. Let's go with Toilet Tisha and Keith.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's take a break.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that first.
And we'll be back with more Jade and X. Hit it, Claude. And we're back. Life After Lockup.
Life After Lockup.
LaTisha and Keith.
Toilet Tisha and Keith.
I want to say, as before we start, one of these people in this relationship can do better. And I'm not going to tell you which one.
The same way we talked about how we boomerang from liberalism to radicalism and to MAGAism, back and forth again. I am a millennial, and I do oscillate between misogyny, toxic misogyny.
I am from the sharper image. I oscillate.
It's like right side of things, problematic.
Yeah.
Not the click. You a box fan. So
yeah.
Toilet Tisha is 38 years old. Keith is 36. He was in jail for drug distribution, armed robbery. Anyway,
drugs,
and he is currently unemployed. She is listed now as an entrepreneur now, and they're located in Pueblo, Colorado. Now, real quick,
currently, because that's where his prison is. They're from Davenport, Iowa.
Yes, from Iowa. Excuse me, which I didn't realize was. But I don't think about Iowa. I didn't even know there was niggas in. So anyway.
We said this. Remember when one of them folks from Davenport, our girl, with white native Charles.
Yes. We did say yes. We did. That's like when I discovered there was a lot of niggas in Milwaukee. That's just something I didn't know before. But
that's where Jada Essence Hall is from.
Exactly. So Toilet Tisha was previously, when we were watching her on Love during lockup, she was a CPA, right? And she owned, like Boss Girl Taxes,
LLC,
Pagers, LLC, right? So then, we watched her in this office deal so unprofessionally, and that is not aspiring to white standards. This is just... Her lack of professionalism was astounding in that office. You know what I'm saying?
I want people to stop, that's why I hate when people talk about decorum. And it's like, it's rooted in whiteness. I'm like, well, did you think us as black folks were just running out here like fucking banshees?
Nah. This is not aspiring to whiteness. This is not a Snoop situation. This bitch set up in her office and conducted a meeting with her employees and said, this is your new boss on this computer.
Well,
Meet
he was on
him
call collect.
via...
via JPEG.
Like, so this is what we talking about. Anyway, fast forward. I know we talked on Patreon about how she caught a case and so forth in between all this time. Come to find out, Mamacita caught a case because one of her clients claimed that she was thieving from them. And so she is currently fighting a case where somebody is accusing her of theft. And so that is important to note.
Yes. So we meet her. She's getting into drag at this hotel because he's finally getting out. Remember, they're married. His aunt Marcia calls. Remember, he has like a aunt who is like manages his funds because he had some nefarious means of money, lots of it, that Marcia was looking out for. Remember, LaTisha bought like a $10,000 ring and things.
Yes.
And all that jazz.
Yes.
Anywho, in true tiny Tamika Tiny Coddle fashion, this bitch got him a stretch Escalade to pick him up.
Yeah.
Now, just like in T.I. in Clifford Harris fashion, he cannot ride around in a limo all willy-nilly because he's not going home. He is going from the penitentiary to the halfway house. Remember, T.I. got, arrested for having this grand gesture of going in a tour bus down the block to the other place.
Well, let's be clear here. This lady does not have enough money to rent a Sprinter party bus limo situation all the way from Pueblo, Colorado to Iowa, which takes one day.
Is 20 hours.
Right, it's 20 hours of driving. So she don't have the money for that. Can you imagine what the overall... Hold on.
It's got to be... So in 2017... It cost this one organization $500 for them to drive me from DC to New York.
Yeah.
And that was in like this little private, in this Escalade.
And that's a 4-hour drive.
And that's a 4-hour drive.
Renting a stretch party bus typically costs anywhere between $150 to $500 or more per hour. Okay, so let's just put 24 hours on there, right? Because she had to get picked up, they got to pick him up, and so forth and so on. And let's put it, because of the location, at $350, just for being generous. Times 24 hours. That bitch was not paying $8,400. Actually, maybe she was, because she actually stole those people's money, allegedly.
Yeah. So, she greets him with a trench coat with lingerie underneath.
Yeah.
He got her Lego roses.
Because she's a biblical wife. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Paper mache.
He had somebody make Lego roses for her.
They look like Roblox.
Yeah. I almost bought that thing. I almost bought them for Chris Rogers once. And for whatever reason, I didn't.
From Jill?
No, they sell them at the Lego store.
Oh, okay. I remember my grandparents got this gel photo somebody made of them. And they were like mom and dad, and they drew them. And when we got the picture, my grandmother looked like Della Reese, and my grandfather looked like Sherman Hemsley. And my grandmother does not look like Della Reese. And my grandfather does not look like Sherman Hemsley.
That's funny. So anywho, he's out. I will say, he is a handsome young man. He is quite an attractive looker.
Yes, he is.
He was in for 11 years.
With or without the golds, which is not always, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It could go left.
Yeah.
Now, he was in for drug distribution. This is very important for what happens in the next 3 episodes. So, he tells her like this limo is cool, but I need to get on the bus. Like, I don't want any court or anybody saying nothing to put me back in jail. So she was like, you know what, you right. So let's get on the bus, which obviously they were gonna take the bus any fucking way. But in the meantime, we gonna spin this block and fuck on this limo.
Yeah.
Because I paid for it.
Yeah. With
So
that white man
they
asking,
rode
what
around
are the pillows for? Motherfucker.
Right. So they ride around the corner from the bus station. The bus driver parks and leaves. I mean, the limo driver leaves. And
to go smoke a cigarette.
They get busy
because they all go smoke a cigarette.
And they go get busy in the limousine.
Yeah.
They haven't really sexually aggressive speak. You know how niggas do. It's like nigga porn. It's like whatever.
Yeah, it was very nigga porn. They're licking each other. It was black porn. Or light. Or the leading up. And I'm sure she got. You know what? I don't know. I was gonna say.
She had a wang dang.
I feel like she did.
Mama had a wang dang doodle. Okay?
I feel like she did. Now, we find out that he is going to a co-ed halfway house. So she's already losing her shit. Because for those who don't watch the show and just listen to the recaps, to give you some sort of imagery, Mama's never met a Shein, two-piece she didn't love. And she's a fuzzy heel
Alibaba,
girl. Yeah,
an Alibaba like.
She's giving black girl boss fuzzy heels for sexy time. So you just do with that what you will. And like she admits to us that she wants him home so that she can cut his food up and feed him. Like she aggressively wants her man, and she's also one of those is like, my child has a big giant gaping daddyless hole, so I have to make sure that in order for her life to be complete, she's got this nigga in her life. So like, just painting a little picture for you. He's going to this co-ed halfway house, so she's having a conniption about it. And in the meantime, she surprises him at the Buc-ee's with his entire family, which was really nice. A nice reunion.
Yeah, her kids were there. The youngest one, who we'll talk about her in a second. But she was there, and then the eldest one, Zeruiah, my favorite,
who was not there. Zeruiah was not. She was there physically. She wasn't there in any other capacity. She's like, I don't know this nigga. And hey, I guess it's nice to meet you. She don't speak like she
said, hello, sir.
And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad
Same.
at it.
Same.
His daddy is
him
there
warmly through an intercom.
Right. I don't know you like that. His father's there. His sister is there. It's very emotional for them. Seeing him. And so, it was lovely. It was a lovely little reunion for him and his family. And then she goes to check him into the halfway house where he has to be for the next 3 months.
Yeah. So in the next episode, shit changes. So her and her father-in-law go see a lawyer. So here's the story. Keith has 3 kids. And one of the children's name is Damari.
Yeah.
Now, Damari recently got taken away from Child Protective Services because his mother, who was the custodial parent, got in some sort of trouble and is in jail, and it has a pending case. So they took the child away. So they're trying to figure out so that Keith can be the legal guardian of Damari. Now, a couple of things happened in this meeting, and I want to be very clear about what happened with them, especially with the lawyer. Because normally I don't like when white people get on camera and look at niggas and be like, you are so stupid.
No, but the way this
However, before the lawyer said anything, about what I'm about to describe to you, I was like, this bitch is so dumb.
Hold on, pause.
So
before you go into the... I'm going to give you all some scenarios. And then XD will tell you what actually happened. Okay? Imagine you walk into a Walmart and you steal a Walkman. And when you get outside, loss prevention and police come up to you and whatever. And you say, I didn't mean to take it. And you think they're just gonna say, okay, no problem, just hand it back and going about your way. That's essentially, or let's say you have a warrant, and the police show up to your door and say, we gotta take you away because you got a warrant. And you say, I didn't know I had a warrant. You think they're just gonna go, okay, no problem. We'll just you go handle this, and then we'll see each other later. That's essentially how she was talking to the attorney. Take it away.
I want to open with a couple of quotes from her and his father.
Very good.
His record is not bad. It's just drugs.
Yep.
Also, the world will always be against you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so...
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Remember how I said his charges were drug related, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, so we want to do, see if he can get custody. So the lawyer was like, okay. He was like, so he asked the daddy. He was like, well, if you're concerned about the child being in the system, well, why don't you take guardianship?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he was like, in true black grandparent fashion, I was just trying to make sure
I'm
I
not
don't
raising
want
no extra babies.
I chuckled at that. I was like, ooh, this is real black.
Yeah.
So then she tells us that she has a notarized letter.
Yeah, this is
from the mother.
Yeah.
That was signed and by her and the mama that gave up her parental rights.
Uh-huh.
And gave them to LaTisha.
So she tells the attorney,
she could have custody.
She's like,
that she has custody.
Well, I have this letter. He's like, okay. And she's like, it's notarized. And I was like, bitch, I can become a notary, and stamp your little piece of paper.
Notarize fucking post-it.
It don't mean shit. If the system, which listen, this is not me agreeing with the system, but if the system says this baby may not be there, your little stamped letter don't override that.
Because the lawyer was like, you may think you're a good mother.
When he said that, I fucking screamed. Yeah. I fucking screamed. I was like, because let's be clear here. Aunt Marcia is a good mother. I have seen you take care of them kids for 15 minutes, and you've been on 4 seasons now, bitch.
Yeah.
Let's be you got your babies evicted from multiple homes because you was playing bald-headed ass games, doing some nigga with flipping shit. In prison. So anyway, oh yes, the attorney most certainly said, you may think you're a good mother. That doesn't mean that they're gonna place this child in the home. And then it gets worse because he's like, now tell me about this pending case you got going on. Well, somebody claimed I stole from them.
And he was like, yeah, the judges are going to look at that, but also will, because the fact bitch, what are you doing?
Bitch, because Keith can't live there if you got a case, bitch, either. So what makes you think that kid
and clearly, you try to steal a child via a notarized letter.
And you are the middle of this shit right now. It's not resolved.
Also, this is how I know the child needed to be removed from the home, because not only is LaTisha dizzy, the mama dizzy. You agreed to just sign on a napkin your child away. Okay,
you let this bitch show up to your house with 2 chia pets on her shoes, and you said, you know what? You the one. You the one.
Yeah, and that's what the lawyer was like. The judge needs to determine he was like, it's in the best interest of the child. Y'all are acting in the best interest of y'all. We don't know. You don't know
Now,
what
do
you
I
got
personally
going
think
on.
foster care is the best interest of the child? Absolutely not.
No.
Foster care system is
No.
fucked up if we're gonna be completely serious about it. But also, you dizzy
Which is
bitch.
why the lawyer was trying to push for the grandpappy to take it. Like,
Exactly.
I don't want the child in foster care, but at least somebody. And eventually we learned that the child is with the grandfather.
Yeah, he did take him because he was like, okay, I can't let the boy just, be out here.
Right.
So next scene, nothing happens from there, right? There's nothing.
We're at home making a cake.
They're still trying to get Demarion, or what's his name?
Damari.
Yeah, they trying to get him, and she uses all that language. He needs to be home with us, with his family. She's really part of that. Like, we're forcing this family together narrative. So she's at the house spending another 5 minutes with Itty Bitty,
the youngest child. Mm-hmm.
They're gonna
Kyra. Kiara. Kiara.
Kiara.
Khira. I wrote it down.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Kiara.
They're making a cake because Keith is coming home tomorrow from the halfway house. And they proceed to have dialogue about him coming home. Are you excited? I'm really excited. I'm really excited for my brothers. You know what I mean? Like, more teenagers in the house means extra people to do chores. It gives me more time with my Roblox. That's my me time. I'm really excited for my daddy to come home. You know what I'm saying? How come Nariah is not excited? Oh, because that's not Nariah's daddy. Oh, okay, bet. That's like her stepdaddy? Yeah. Okay, bet. All right, but he's my real daddy, though. Well, he ain't your biological daddy. Hand me the baking powder. And she's like, the little girl is like, what you... Bitch, I thought this was my biological father. Like, you got me up here calling this nigga daddy. She's like, yeah. Nah, I mean, like, he claims you, but, like, no, that's not your real daddy. Pass me the flower.
Yeah. That's exactly how it happened.
The baby looks... This is not funny at all. The baby looks gutted, okay? Heartbroken. She's like... You can see her whole calculation of everything going through her mind. Then she jumps back into child mode and she's like, I want to lick the spoon. But the dismissive quality in which this lady distributed this information...
She is so lucky that children have like the temperament of like dogs sometimes.
Like
because
the attention span.
Because I would have never let that shit go. Because as soon as she got distracted by sugar, and I was like, "No, queen, run that back."
No, and let me tell you who would have held my feet to the fire. Noah's black ass. She don't forget shit. Fucking elephant I birthed. Like she don't forget. She be like, no, remember when you like, like, nigga, this bitch is trying to charge me interest. She wrote me a contract and said, you gonna pay me $47. I put interest on your $30 you initially owed me from that video I edited for you 2 years ago. I birthed an elephant child. Dumbo came out mid-twat, okay? And this child here was distracted by icing, and she better be fucking lucky. By the way, her mother casually distributed this information.
Yeah. It took me back to when Lil Cece found out that Baby Nuck was her daddy.
Yeah. Which was actually, oh god,
that was as bad as this.
No, this was bad.
This was bad because as she explains, like, and I don't know if these people lie, but I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here, even though I know that they lie. But she tells us, like so many other women do on this show, that it is the child's idea for calling them daddy. I don't believe that because let me tell you something.
No, we have watched you push this narrative. No. No, I got too many aunties, cousins, and homegirls who won't even introduce their children to the niggas they fooling with. You know what I'm saying? Let alone having them call him daddy. You wanted this nigga Stepford ass household where you all flip houses together and, you know, eat dinner and cool. But don't put that on that kid. That kid, you made that child believe that was her biological father, locked the fuck up, and it's not right. And then this child now has this forever footage of discovering that man is not her biological father, along with everybody else on TV. Where she can grow up way down the line and some hateful bitch such as myself would hold it over her head if she did something spiteful. Remember when you found out your daddy wasn't your daddy on TV? You see what I'm saying? Like, why would you open her up to this?
Pause. Speaking of which, remember how I told you last time we recorded how we had a follow or a listener who was related to Johnny Mathis?
Yes.
Why we have a listener that is related to Chili?
No, we can't talk about nobody.
The first thing,
ask your cousin why she's a Scientologist.
And this is how I know black people are all together. Because I looked at that comment that we got. And I was like, "You related to Rosanda?"
Yep.
And I was like,
Rosanda.
Chris and I were talking about how we don't say Tion, we call her T-Boz, Left Eye. We don't say Lisa. It depends on who you how you refer to her.
It's T-Boz, Left Eye, and Rosanda. Just like T.I. is Clifford when he is aggravated as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, that is actually very funny. Well, if she listens to us, then she already know. She know. Everybody got a cousin who be on, you know, a type of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, he is out of the halfway house. Still fine. He you know, they all went to like some Waffle House situation. All the adults there are, you know, it was a really nice time. Normally there was a nigga shit attached to it, but this was kind of like nice. His stepmom was there, and
she's who raised him.
Time for him to, and so he seems to be like he wants to get himself on the straight and narrow. You know, most of the time, a lot of these people are like itching to get back into the streets or whatever. He seems very like, I'm done.
Well, this nigga is
11 years. I've done.
He's 36 now. He did 11 years. I think I can understand why it's like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
this is a young nigga game. I can't do that.
Yeah, and I'm good on all of that. I'm not trying to make this career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his stepmother, who raised him, you can tell, like, you know, she was just a good, sturdy black woman. His father, we find out, has been incarcerated previously. I believe he said he had a brother who was also incarcerated previously. So he was like, you know, we got some shit in our family, but, you know, my main priority is getting my child and just getting my life together. His stepmother held his feet to the fire and was like, if you want that baby, you're going to have to get your life together and keep it together. And really the worst part about Breakfast was her nervous laughter. So, because she has this weird that she does after everything that she says. So
it's a LOL.
Yeah, and it is an audible LOL. Wow, you're absolutely correct. But that was them.
Yeah, let's take a break. Yeah. And we'll be back with the brand new couple. Hit it, Claude. And we're back. We're doing Love After Lockup. Again, this is the free episode, so please watch the visuals for free on YouTube and on our Patreon. You can watch the full thing, or you can watch video by video for each couple.
Yes.
So, next up, Will and Courtney.
Oh, yeah. Will's 34. Lives in Sacramento, California.
Arkansas, California. Yeah.
He is an IT specialist and looks exactly as such, and so does his community. Courtney.
He looks like he would be in a Jughead comic.
Yes, he does. He does. He's got a animated face,
like a Jughead type situation.
Yeah.
Not Riverdale, but
Jughead.
Archie comic.
Yeah.
Archie comic.
Yeah.
Specific. Yeah.
Courtney, 2 E's, is 25. She is Tara Reid, and reincarnated. She was in jail for stolen vehicle, reckless endangerment, and identity theft. All of that for 1 year. So she is your quintessential white girl. She lives in Portland, Oregon. And I also wonder, like, where do IT guys buy their shirts? Like, where's the hub?
They go to like places like Untuckit or
Costco
or well, it depends, like
Sam's.
Sometimes a lot of them are old Navy bros.
Okay. Oh, that would make sense for all the Hawaiian shirts. Yeah.
So last time we saw them, he had to go back to Sacramento, and she was in Portland in her halfway house. So he doesn't know where she is. He hasn't spoken to her.
It's been 6 weeks since he left Portland.
Yeah. So he goes up to Leak with his friend for a breakfast drink because he is that stressed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now, the next few moments, I had an hour conversation about this. So she calls him collect.
Yep.
And ultimately, she's back in jail. She got caught with GHB.
Now, nigga, hold on. Because...
And this is where I had the long conversation.
When they said she got caught with something in her room, my mind went to cocaine, pills, oxy. It didn't even go to weed. It went to most of those things. When that bitch said she got caught with GHB,
I was like, gay drugs? That's crazy. I was like, oh.
Then I had to keep reminding myself it was Portland. So
it's all chemical.
Everything's legal.
Everything's
white
legal.
people like to do all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah, they do. So like GHB is in the streets, it's a party drug. It gives you the effects of being drunk without imbibing alcohol. The problem is it's way too easy to overdose. And it's also a date rape drug. There is a famous storyline on Queer as Folk where Ted got his drink laced with GHB, and he ended up having like a psychotic break and ended up doing porn because of it. It was weird because that was out of his character. It was crazy.
What season was this?
Queer as Folk, season 1.
Oh,
2.
I was like, that sounds like some season 4 shit.
No.
Of most shows.
It was big. It was a big deal because at that time, date rape and drugging people was a big deal in the early '00s. It still is, but
yeah,
watch your drinks, friends.
Well,
but anywho,
never leave them.
At the time, she was like, it could be 6 months until she gets out. And when I tell you, he was, upset, and rightfully so. He's like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I thought we were supposed to be, on the straight and narrow, and all of a sudden, you do this. And then so he's spotting nukes. And then in the middle, she says, can you put money on my books,
Can you give me my allowance? Because remember, he previously promised her $1,000 a month allowance when they were actively married, had just gotten married because they only been married for 6 weeks now. And, she was free for 48 hours. She was like, can you, he was gonna give her this allowance until she was going to be able to move with him, because they also applied for an interstate transfer in the last season. This nigga was like, bitch, eat that jail food and sit your ass out. I'm not sending you shit. Banged it on her. I want you all to also know, as we go into the rest of this girl is probably one of the biggest pieces of work I think I've seen on this show.
Yeah. And I know it gets worse.
Yeah. 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 And I don't, and
Yeah.
she's not as outlandish in deed as like a Destiny. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
this bitch is audacious as fuck in a
Ooh.
piece of fucking work, nigga. Do you hear me? But there's okay. So
There's so much, especially episode 2.
she's already getting out. He's on his way to go pick her up. Okay.
Because he ended up feeling guilty and was like,
Yes.
let me just go because she is my wife.
This is my wife. En route, he gets a phone call that the interstate transfer was denied because of her parole violation. Justifiably so. Mm-hmm. She gets out, and her friend Mark is there to pick her up. Now,
Mark is now a part of the show. It's Will, Courtney, and Mark now.
Mark is definitely on somebody's registered list. If the government has not already searched Mark's entire home from router to fucking tutor in hard drives, I admonish them to do so immediately. Mark makes me so uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there has been anybody on this show in the last 7 years that we've been discussing it that has made me this uncomfortable.
Even Puppy's ex-husband or whatever didn't make me uncomfortable and this uncomfortable.
No, this nigga is, I mean,
weird.
He is the quintessential creep on a Lifetime movie who sits outside of high schools and preys on young girls and conducts really disgusting business. Like, he is... Okay, so Mark is there to pick her up.
This reminds me, I need to tell you about... So, I was real quickly. So when I was watching this scene, in the middle of it, I was watching the news at the same time. And so there was... It's not funny. But there's this guy going around Burbank sniffing women's butts and like seats and shit. So like when I'm watching this and this news came up, I was like, I know Mark does this. I know when she gets up, he goes and sniffs her chair. Like, that's the type of weirdo creep he is.
He licks it. Public or not. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, that nigga licks the chair. It's
gross.
Seat sniffers are creeps in a different...
Yeah.
Like, it's just like,
nasty.
yo, what the fuck are you on, my nigga? Mark? Like, I can't tell you the last time I have watched television and been like... I was physically just uncomfortable. Do you hear me watching him?
Yeah.
So he's there to pick her up. And it's evident that he wants her. And it's evident that she doesn't want him. She keeps calling him her friend. She keeps speaking about this Will situation and how upset and disappointed and angry and hurt she is.
Will, stop blaming me for this. Courtney.
Okay. Now,
I'm not a drug addict.
Quotes from her. I'm not a fucking drug addict. This is my first time being sober as an adult. I was like, you just said that in the same breath. She then proceeds to say that all of this happened, her using the GHB and everything, because he wasn't there. Girl.
Mm-hmm. My other favorite part was when she was cursing him out about not being responsible or giving her money. She was like, you only send me $300. I can wipe my ass with that. Girl,
another
right
quote.
Before that,
you
were asking for like your G a month. So all of a sudden, why are you...
Another quote. Stop blaming me for this shit.
Yeah, Will, stop blaming me for this.
Who else is there?
That was my favorite. I was like, well, who else, girl? Who in this scenario?
And then after all of that, again asked him, mind you, yes, she had already asked him, again asked him for her allowance to pay her rent at the new halfway house. All Will swap Marcus.
Standing right behind her and feeding her lines.
So she gets into the truck with Mark, and Mark is like the back rubbing type, rub your shoulder in your arm, put his hand on your thigh while you ride in the car, but you're not my man, so it's extra creepy. He's disgusting. So production asked her if she's been intimate with Mark. She is adamant that she has not, but you can see the deep-rooted, deep-seated shame on her in the back of her face, because she's definitely had to rub one out on this nigga in order for her to, get
survive.
what she needs. Moving on to episode 2, she's still placing blame elsewhere, but she's also spinning because he's not giving in to her, and your girl has no backup financial plan. Like, literally her only person she could rely on in these moments is Mark.
Right. So she's at this new halfway house where there's no privacy. So she takes the laundry to her friends, who she does not identify at first.
It's Mark.
They haven't spoken in days. She got a job, though.
Uh-huh.
Now, how she got the job was because back in the day, she used to flip cars.
Yeah.
And now she works at an auto shop.
Not that long ago, because she's 25. But yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. Will we've only learned, has only sent her $300 outside of the $1,000 a month he promised.
But he spent $20K on her in total, though.
Yes, but he doesn't feel like he should give someone money who doesn't A, talk to him or takes GHB, because he was like, well, why am I? A, I don't want to fuel your habit, and 2, why am I giving money to somebody who doesn't even want to communicate with me?
Right.
Easy squeezy. So, we get back to Mark, and she's very disillusioned about Mark. She's like, Mark is just a friend we'll never ever be.
I don't think she's disillusioned. I think she wants to be disillusioned.
Yeah, Mark is trying to give her everything and then some. Mind you, she's arguing with Will on the phone, and he checks out, and he's like, I'm breaking up with you. Like, this is done. You're not a wife. He tells her that you're not a wife.
And in any other circumstance, I would roll my eyes at that statement. But she's not. And she has taken negative accountability. You are the only one who obtained GHB. You are the only one who brought GHB into your room in a government facility or government affiliated facility. And you are the only one who got busted with GHB in this government affiliated room. And not once has she been like, I should have. She has been telling this nigga all of which ways he is wrong, including telling him that he doesn't know what it's like to be her. And he's not giving her any words of encouragement. All he does is bitch at her. Bitch, you just got locked up again. You have only been out for a month and a half. And you just got locked up again for seeking out, finding, purchasing, and harboring drugs in your government-affiliated facility.
And you keep saying that none of this is your fault.
It's infuriating.
And if I was there and gave you the $1,000 a month, that you would stay out of this trouble, and this wouldn't have happened to you. Bitch, you would have had $900 worth of GHB is what would have happened. And maybe a couple of other things. So here come Mark, because he's also a cuck. Everything he hears her saying or bitching about to Will,
he then uses when she gets off the phone. You don't give me any words of encouragement. I just want you to be the best that you can be. And it's very generic, like, you know, like those posters on the wall in classrooms where it's like, be all you can be. And it's a giraffe, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
And production asks him, have you been intimate with Courtney? In a nasty man fashion, with his nasty face and his nasty little smile, he says they've had their fun.
Yeah, which led me, I was like, oh, y'all ain't fuck, but she's definitely giving him a handy J.
Yeah, absolutely. In the truck.
He might have eaten the coochie, maybe. They just never, you know. She might let him suck on the titty a little bit. But,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So, next episode 4, jumping ahead. What?
They in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, they in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And they driving. Of course, he's trying to put his hand betwixt her thighs, and she keeps going. And he sees a future with Courtney now that she is officially single. And so he offers her to come live with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was like,
thanks, but no.
No.
She got a lot of. He said, she got a lot of. Anyway.
What juice, yank, pull does she have?
I don't know. What's white voodoo called? I don't know.
Clanship? I don't know.
Whatever it is she got, he wants real bad. And so,
I don't know.
You know, he offers.
He said, "With no strings attached."
He said,
my
"No
pocket
strings
is
attached. No strings attached." And that's how I know his hard drives need to be inspected.
Somebody called Chris Hansen.
Yeah, yes, specifically. And in the meantime, they're toggling back and forth. Will is filing for divorce. So, Mark got her a room in a house. He helped her to get a room in a house. And her little Lord of the Rings friend pulls up and picks her up. Now, she's a impish little thing. I hollered when Mac said. So apparently Mac and Courtney have some sexual history. She claims everybody to be her friend, but they have some sexual history because, as we have learned, Courtney does whatever it is she needs to do to make sure that she's taken care of, so she doesn't have to do much. Mac said that she's toothless and ruthless, and I'll still put your bitch and your man. Because Mac don't have no top teeth like Jaheim.
Or JK, but yeah.
Or JK.
Yeah.
I was like, that was a real reason he didn't want to eat dinner on camera.
No. He might fuck around and choke, swallow the whole. Blend up my dinner.
But Mac is not wrong because she is toothless and ruthless, and Courtney.
I can see how she could still pull your bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she got a little swag if you're into
without them teeth, you're man.
No denture adventure. You know what I mean? So she meanwhile, he goes to meet with this lawyer, and you know, the lawyer is like, you know, just file the paperwork. Nothing really happens in this scenario with them. He's standard issue paperwork. He's trying to not pay a $5,000 retainer.
He don't want to, and he also doesn't want to pay alimony.
Right, and it's only been 6 weeks, so the lawyer was like, "You can get it annulled, girl. It's no tea. Download these forms, submit them. Fine." Meanwhile, Mac takes her down to the pawn shop because she wants to pawn her ring and this cheetah print coat that she wore on her wedding day.
I ain't never heard of pawning a coat. You can sell it to a consignment shop, but pawning is crazy.
Right. So they go down to see Barbara Jean from Reba, and she looked exactly like
She
Barbara
did.
Jean. I was like, oh boy. She boldly shows up and says to Barbara Jean, "I want $20,000 for this ring."
I mean, with a serious face. Okay, she was
Yeah,
dead
like
ass.
dead the fuck ass serious. I want $20,000 for this ring and whatever you can for this coat. And so Barbara Jean was like, $20,000.
Bitch, okay.
She was like, okay, well, let me go get my loop and my little tester thing, and we'll figure this right on out. So Barbara Jean gets the little diamond tester, and we have every Matt Sharp entertainment production. We've all been down this road. Remember Marrying Millions,
Yep.
where they went, and then with what was another situation where they test? Oh, Mob Wives. That wasn't Matt Sharp. That was Mob Wives.
Mob Wives.
Thing. Yeah. A whole bunch of other shit. You know.
Which that one
turns
was
out
real.
that diamond was not real.
Yeah. Barbara Jean said, "My little thingy's gonna blink a light, and if this is a real diamond, and when that bitch didn't blink, she said my machine ain't dead."
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, he got this from Claire's, and she is embarrassed and she's actually, I don't know if she is capable of being embarrassed. She is just pissed because she believes that she is entitled to a $20,000 ring, and how dare he not give her a $20,000 ring. But he did also lie and say that he spent $10,000 on that ring.
Yeah, and he might have. It could be $10,000 moissanite. But why would
I was gonna say, it might be
moissanite?
lab diamond. Maybe the thing don't go off a lab diamond.
That too. Lab diamonds are cool too.
Yeah, they're sustainable, and they look, about what and what. I guess I don't like if you into all of that.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. Either way, the point is,
Barbara Jean said, "I'll give you $6."
Yeah, and so she's upset. She is just like Justine, just not as caustic.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes.
But she calls around, like she calls her mama for money, and her mama was like, "No, girl, like you only call me for money."
Yeah.
So no, and then she calls another sugar daddy.
Yep.
And gets $600 for rent, just like that.
And you know what she says to us? Another quote. "I feel like Will and my mom gang up on me. It's not my fault people want to give me money." And she also thinks that her getting financial help and giving her friendship is a mutually beneficial arrangement for whoever that arrangement is betwixt with herself.
Yeah. She's funny.
It's not often.
I'm amused by her.
It's not often that I like want and will for people to hit their rock bottom, because she thinks she's at her rock bottom, but she's not at rock bottom. She's not at rock bottom. When Mark is out of her life and every other sugar daddy and mama cuts her off, and Will is no longer there and her mother is now onto her shit. Like, I see how this girl got herself into where she is. She has been, but also I am very curious as to how her mother raised her. Right. With all of this audacity. Ooh, white women, I tell you. So that was them essentially.
Yeah. Well, let's take a break because we got more couples on the way.
Yeah.
Hit it, Claude. And we're back. We're doing Love After Lockup, season whatever the fuck of Life After Lockup. All 4 episodes, different couples, free everywhere you're listening.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Zeruiah and Troy.
Oh, boot up.
Yeah, boot up. And Troy and Karen,
queen.
My problematic queen.
What? Karen is queen of the juke joint, of the juke box.
And whereas she is a problem, I also was not entirely against her and what she says in this show.
We'll get to
It's
Karen
like a
momentarily.
no Karen, but
yeah,
yes.
that, same. We're gonna get to Karen
yeah.
because Karen, if you don't watch this show, you might want to just go find Troy's
Just
mother,
her.
Karen. Don't rely strictly on our descriptions and observations. You need to go soak and experience Karen for yourself.
Jim Jones' mama.
There's Mama
then
D.
There's Mama Joyce and
Oh,
Mama
then there's
D.
Mama Joyce, and then
there's Karen.
There's Karen. Okay.
Karen is a piece of motherfucking
I heard
work.
you gonna get blowed the fuck up. Ain't got shit.
Yeah.
On Karen. Okay.
So let's back up. So they got a new house and they're decorating the house with her child as hell.
Context: Zeruiah, aka Boot Up, is 32. She's a substitute teacher now. Once upon a time, she was a non-profit.
Oh, I was gonna get there.
Okay.
I was gonna get there.
Troy is 30. He is now a maintenance man. He's 7 months out, and they are located in Syracuse, New York. Continue.
They're decorating the house with her son as hell.
Yeah.
He is
their new lakeside abode.
They moved. I was like, what lake is Syracuse, girl? But whatever the fuck.
Man-made, but it's
he's 7 months out. They're getting themselves together. He asked her to remarry her at church, and so they're getting ready to start those things, get that ready going. They used to have a nonprofit. It was like a We Got Y'all for Western New York, but it didn't work out that way. So he started a floor cleaning business, and she is a substitute teacher. And now they have no more financial issues at the moment. Because remember, they, were dealing with eviction notices on their office or whatever. But it seems like everything is legit and on the mend.
Which makes sense when you when you claim to have a 501(c), but we look it up and it doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, they talk about their relationship, and everybody on Z's side loves Troy, and you could tell Troy seems in his demeanor now to be a little lighter, a little bit more lighter, a little bit more expressive, a little bit more human, and not like the world is out to get him like we've seen him before. A lot of people still don't bang with Zeruiah on her side, and we know that from previous instances with his baby moms. And remember, he has a daughter named Troy with 2 eyes, and her mother and Z do not get along at all.
Yes.
They've had years of animosity built up from when Troy was still locked up.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't seem like they're going to get over that anytime soon. But either way, they're talking in the interview, giving their confessionals or whatever, and Troy gets a call from Karen. Meanwhile, Karen is calling while rolling a blunt.
Yeah, she she literally has the cup of ground weed.
Yeah, she's literally, there's a lot of marijuana usage in their storyline.
Yeah, and that's rich coming from me.
Yeah. So like he hangs up on her because he doesn't answer the phone, because they both are like, Karen, and he says this a lot. He was like, I love my mama to death. That's my mom. She's the only one I got. But that bitch is crazy, and I can't talk to her like that right now.
Even though we haven't gotten there yet, to your point, I had to put this in direct quotes because it's relatable, not necessarily for me, but I can. It's relatable, and it's true from all we've seen. Troy said, "I love mama. It's the only one I got, but I can't stand her motherfucking ass."
But I was like, you have every right to say that, King.
Yeah.
Right. So, right after Karen calls him, his sister Jackie calls, and she's like, "You need to come home. Your brother's wilding right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with him. Shit ain't real. Shit ain't right, and you need to come home and regulate." And so he's like, in true Negro fashion, "Well, what the fuck do you want me to do?" Like,
I saw both their
and
points because it's true.
yeah, me
What the
too.
fuck you
And
want me to do with a nigga? I'm here at my house, and also
right, but also he needs the support, and so
exactly,
because he's not getting it
and she
from.
needs his support because she said it. She was like, you know, they have a brother who passed away, which we'll get to more of in a moment. But she was like, you know, our brother passed away. Karen is Karen. And I've really been holding this shit down by myself. And I'm tired, nigga. So I know you're at home. And I get it. It's the holidays. But I am exhausted. And I'm exhausted for all the time that you've been locked up. So, like, put that into perspective. And, you know, that got him together.
Right, so he's crying and shit, and he's like, I know Z's not gonna like this, me having to leave during the holidays. And I'm like, is Christmas like tomorrow? Like,
Right. It's
what's going
not.
on?
No, it was not.
And y'all are acting like Buffalo is from Syracuse. What, 4 hours? It's not that bad.
No.
It's okay. 2 to 4 hours. But anywho, he next day he comes in with some bags, and she's like, Zeruiah's like, well, where the fuck you going? And he was like, I gotta go handle some shit with my family, in Buffalo. Z was like, well, let me come with you, so therefore I can talk to Troy's mama and we can hash some
And we
shit
can
out.
get on the same footing. Yeah.
And he's like, I hear you, but this isn't the trip for that. Like, I need to, and I don't want to bring you into a scenario that I don't even know what's going on. It may not be safe, and it may not be whatever. You know what I mean? He's giving her like,
I hear him,
nigga,
but also it was nigga explanation. So
yes, and that's why she was like, she had every right to feel away because you're not explaining things to me. If you would explain clearly and directly of what we just saw,
hello,
hey, my
sister called me. My
up.
brother's fucking up. She needs my support.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go for a couple of days and support her. What is? I just don't understand where the breakdown in communication happens. Where niggas refuse to be
I guess
effective.
because he gets so he gets so frustrated. I guess he gets so caught up in hiding things because that's what he's known to do, because that's what children do. And I guess he's trying to keep the peace because we all know that Z has a passing acquaintance with aggression.
Yes, because when Karen called earlier, before he hung the phone up on her and said, is she around? Because I don't want to hurt her little feelings. I can see how he has a challenging time figuring out how to relay information. But this was not about her, so I don't even know why Karen would say that. She's nutty.
No.
Jumping ahead to episode 4 because they weren't in 3.
Mm-mm.
He goes to meet Karen only to find his brother
in a public location where people are around.
What a corner of Buffalo, New York, and it looked like a corner of Buffalo, New York, and or Camden, New Jersey, and or Bridgeport, Connecticut. It
was outside in front of people.
It was in front of people on a public corner. Okay, I'll meet you on the block.
Yeah,
at the intersection of. Now let me paint.
He said that.
Oh yeah. Oh what?
Yeah, he said that because in case she gets out of line, he could walk away, and he has witnesses. So therefore,
Karen showed up out of line. Allow me to paint the picture for you all. It is winter time in Buffalo, New York. All right, because remember, it's the holidays and he drove. Now, I will also say, I don't know if this is because of global boiling, or if I don't think they're lying about the timeline, because I was like, the coats should be heavier for everybody during this time. But also I understand what Decembers have looked like the past few years. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, I feel like even when I was there, it was a little warm. It didn't really get full on cold snow.
Yeah.
Until like.
And Syracuse
Christmas
is a little colder than Buffalo, I believe. So it's not. Well, it was snowing when he left Syracuse, and it was not snowing in Buffalo.
Sometimes it's too cold to snow.
Oh,
Like
fair.
it
Oh,
has
you're
to be
right. You're
fairly
right. You're
warm
right.
for
You're
the
right. You're
snow.
right. Oh yeah, because Buffalo is north of Syracuse, isn't it?
Northwest.
Northwest.
Northwest, yeah. It's like Syracuse is here. It's
Buffalo
there.
is there. Okay. Anywho, Karen is standing on the corner in a
She's
hairspray
just like Biggie
wig.
Shorty.
Yes, she got a hairspray wig. Okay, could have came straight out the production. She's got a Poochie-esque print short jumper. It's wintertime in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
She has on chancleta boots, knee high.
Mm-hmm.
So, thong between the sandals, toes out, suede boots up to the knees.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, nigga accoutrement.
Yeah. Now, she starts off. We're not even talking. We're in the confessional because everybody got a confessional this season.
Yes.
She shows up to the interview and says, "You missed me. You ain't seen me in a while." She's talking to production.
Yeah.
I have several quotes here,
Hold
and
on.
this is all during
The first
confession.
one. You want to smoke?
Oh, I got some weed. You want to smoke? Other quote that we find during this interaction. I don't need to try and find a grown ass man. Do I look for you?
Hold
That's
on.
what I was like.
Another one. Troy wasn't no sad ass kid.
Yeah. Or my favorite. Okay, tell your bitch to choose her words.
He told her.
So-
He said, "What? You need to watch your words with Zeruiah." And her exact quote was, "You tell that bitch to watch her words."
Mind you, the whole point of this argument in this middle of the street was him telling her about herself and that how she's the problem.
Yeah, and him
And
growing up.
it did get rather uncomfortable.
Because he's telling us about sad moments as a child that he recalls. And she was like, "Nuh-uh, Troy wasn't no sad ass kid sulking around. Like, that nigga was happy-go-lucky." And he was like, "Okay, bitch, tell me then what my experience was." It's not funny,
Right.
but it's... And then
It's her reaction.
she's like, "Well, I was there." And he was like, "Debatable."
Like, and they're sitting next to each other, so it's super uncomfortable.
They're like, agree to disagree. He wasn't.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, poor Troy. Good Lord.
So essentially, Karen's point is, your brother's wilding, but he's grown, and I don't dictate what grown people do. So if grown people choose to go fuck up their lives, then it's not my job to go running behind them. Yes, and mother.
And that was like, that's what my point was. Like, yeah, I hear you, Karen, but also you're the mama. And why wouldn't you have...
Nobody's saying enable his bad behavior, but at a certain point, girl, you the one to do the extra check-in to be like, my son.
Where did they all get this from?
Who popped out me twat? Like, let me have a sit down with you. But Karen can't because she's a fucking mess. Because as they are on the street corner and he realizes she's to be of no assistance, he's like, "All right, bitch, I'm going to find my brother." And she's like, "I'm going to have me a cocktail."
Yeah. Like, she's being unhelpful. And, you know, Vaughn, the brother that's in peril, is 26. And so, like, in perspective, I was like, I hear you, Karen. I really do. And I want to hear you. However...
Because when I was 26,
you already
you know what I'm
one of your
saying?
children.
Like, didn't know that I was about to become a teen mother in the next couple of years, and it was stressful. You know what I'm saying? I was not prepared for life at that time. So,
Oh my God.
you know, he needs some help, but you don't have to enable him.
No.
But Karen don't want to do shit. So Troy drives off. He goes to pick up his sister. Everybody looks like Karen in their own way.
Yes.
his sister is clearly the much more together version of her mother. Um, I appreciate the audacity of Troy in his weed smoking throughout these episodes. Howsoever, I don't
smoke while
feel,
driving.
nigga. I'm like, can we not be on this camera literally blowing the blunts into the GoPro? Like, with the GoPro zooming in on the green within the funny smelling cigarette. Like, can we just taper it back a little so you don't get caught up in nothing? I understand weed is legal in New York. You know what I'm saying? As a
smoking
consumer
and driving is
myself,
not.
it is not. It is still, you can still get a DUI. You can get a DWI.
A DWI, yeah.
So he picks up his sister, and then they call the brother. The brother answers. They're going to go pick him up so that they can all go to their brother's gravesite and visit together. And this is an opportunity for them to also utter some words of encouragement. I was thinking that the situation was much more dire than what it was based off of how it was.
So did I.
You know, because once they got there, I was like, so what was the...
Maybe this was just a moment of peace in this 2 hours of... Because in my head, I'm like, is he like on drugs? Is he like on a needle? Is he... You know what I mean? Is he like in
the
some
only
gang
thing that they
like, you know
kept
what I mean?
saying was that he is not stable in his living situation and bounces back and forth betwixt his baby mother and Karen and whoever else. But I'm like, you all made it seem like your boy was about to get locked up and or killed.
Or he's having some mental breakdown.
Yeah. Which
rally up.
Can also result in the other two, because our government does not know how to handle, nor should they be the ones handling episodes that are associated with mental health. But anywho, they go to the gravesite. It's a very, very, very... We've already learned that Troy is a chicken tender. You know what I mean? So it's a very... On top of this also just being an extremely traumatic situation for a family. Their brother was murdered. He was shot several times in 2008, and it has left them pretty broken, and so they all share in a very emotional moment between the three of them over their brother's gravesite, and that was the end of their storyline thus far.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
Yep.
And we'll be back with more Jade and X. Hit it, Claude.
Alive.
And we're black. Love After Lockup. What are we doing next? Where are we going?
Let's do Justine and Mike, because that nigga is not... Anywho. Justine is 37. We met them... All these couples we met... In Life After, you've already met them before. Justine's 37. She is listed as an entrepreneur, but she's really a stay-at-home mother. Mike, rest in peace to Montana Mills, is 37 and a moving company manager. He's been out of the joint for 2 years, and they moved from Pennsylvania, I believe, or Rhode Island. It was Rhode Island? I thought they lived... She
lived in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
He was from Rhode Island.
To Vegas.
Yes.
Recently, and have had 2 children since getting together.
Yeah. They are the longest couple in this season. We've been following them for a couple years now. This is one of the success stories. I remember we were talking a couple weeks ago about having success stories out of this show, and these are one of them.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, you know? So, it's Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
They've had a son. His name is Million. He is 4 months old. Remember last time we saw them, this was the problematic pregnancy where she had to get like a life and trust and things, or will and trust and things, just in case.
Yes.
And Maddie, Manhattan, their other daughter, is just a year and change. They're
Manhattan
both really cute
Barbie.
kids. Both cute children, regardless of names.
Dolls.
You know,
doll babies.
they look both like equal parts of their parents.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know, almost all of the family is there. Remember, he has 2 kids still back on the East Coast, but like Melody is there, his daughter, his mama's there.
Mm-hmm.
Other children are there.
It's 7
It's a good
kids
time.
in the home, 9 total between the two of
Yeah,
them.
so
And they've been really good about integrating family together as family.
Yeah. So Melody, his eldest, she's almost on her way to college.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to go to the same school as Justine's daughter Kylie at UNLV.
She's actually looking at a more practical route. That girl said, "Send me to community college first."
Muriana.
And they're the ones
Well,
who
that's
are...
because she said because then Justine was like, "Don't sell yourself." There's nothing wrong with community college. I want to say that.
Not at
2,
all.
Justine was like, "Don't say you only go to community college because of financial stuff." And she was like, you know, whatever you want financially, education wise, don't worry about that. It's gonna happen. And Justine is the one thing I can say about both of them. They are very into their kids. They are very into their kids. And what pissed me off, well, we'll get to in the last episode, because they talk about a fight, and I finally understood where the root of the fight was, and I hate the way production has framed it.
Same.
Because I was like, if that was the case, she ain't do nothing wrong. But either way, we learned that Melody gets into a fight at school.
Oh. Get it off the road.
Ew. This got SARS.
It's got scurvy.
So we learned that Melody got into a fight, but you could definitely tell that she beat them bitches ass.
Man, that's what I said. Mama handled business. She fucked them hoes up. She said, "I'm not just gonna get one of you. I'm gonna get all of." Somebody fucked up that car. I'm gonna get all of you, and she did. Okay, you can tell she rocked their shit by how they are describing this. Not only was it that, Mike was like, yeah, she gave them hoes a 2-piece, and Justine was like, baby, she gave them a family meal. Like, and I said, oh yes.
Yeah, because Melody does not seem shaky. She was like, well, girl, I wasn't doing nothing.
If you don't start, none won't be nothing, babe. I'll just...
Yeah. Right. And it takes 4 episodes to realize why she got into a fight. And the reason why she got into a fight was to protect her special needs brothers.
Yes.
And so they were being made fun of, and so she had to get active.
Yeah. And
it pissed me off when we get to that scene later, because Michael, I was like, we're doing a lot of comparison that we should not be contrasting. So anywho, yes. Because why are you comparing yourself to me when you sold fentanyl, nigga? Like, I fought for my brother's honor. You are killing people in the streets. So you and I are not the same, Fasha.
Agreed.
Like, I'll never get over him saying I sold fentanyl in the streets. Like, that's nothing. Like, you're not gonna tell me. That's like telling me you watch Hamilton. Like, I'm never not gonna like you a fan of Hamilton. I'm not going to hold that over your head. He said it
shamelessly, like Hamilton fans. And mind you, I birthed a Hamilton fan, and one of my closest friends
friends with Hamilton friends.
Exactly.
And
they're like, Liza! And I'm like, oh my God, here they about to hear they fucking come.
Y'all just can't get me. Like, I just can't get jiggy with a Puerto Rican singing about Hamilton.
The United States, and the United States government, they came and they said, sign this bill, and then I got me some head, and I don't.
Yeah, no, it don't.
So
it fucks with me.
It does, like, deeply. And the fact that like one came of me is, and.
I have to tell you what happened in my household.
What?
Why is Chris Rogers a Chappelle Rowan fan?
Because you started watching Love Island?
That ain't got nothing to do with Pink Pony Club.
It does in my mind. It's the same shit. Again, I also birthed the Chapel Roan, Chappelle Roan
Oh God.
fan. She be in the shower
Pink
screaming
Pony
Pink
Pussy
Pony.
Club.
And I'm like, you don't even know what you
Hot dog
fucking
to go.
singing. You don't even know. I guess that was like me singing Anita Baker. I mean, Adina Howard.
Howard.
But
Yeah.
I'm also, I too, your nigga lives in my house too. I mean, Chris
Yeah.
Rogers and Noah they've got a lot in common outside of
They do.
not liking and loving the beach. That's their greatest disparity.
Yeah.
Because that was hilarious to me.
Oh, it was funny to me too.
I'm telling you, the next time I come, we're going to the beach, and I'm gonna pick this nigga up, and I want his little feet to rise up like the babies when they won't touch the grass.
That's literally what happened. I'm gonna have to get him some water shoes.
Oh yeah, I'll send you a link for some good ones.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were like, "You should get water shoes," and I was like, "I should have some for myself anyway."
Absolutely.
But yeah, he didn't actually hate it too bad.
The shores of New York and California, just these waters in general, put some fucking water shoes on. All kinds of shit swims up, and washes ashore. I've seen somebody step on some shit that rusted off of a boat before. So like, just wear the water shoes.
Most of the Palisades is in the ocean now. So like, you know what I mean?
Damn, that's crazy.
And I'm not even joking. That's the truth.
No, I know, but that's crazy. Now, all right. So moving along, Justine wants a big wedding, right? They want to. She wants a wedding.
They got married in prison.
They got married in prison, if we remember. And Justine's like, I would like to compensate. I pushed 2 babies, one being a danger to my life.
I'm at my wedding and I want it now.
It's not really the most logical of reasoning to me, but I understand that everybody
wedding now.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, we married, nigga. Like, we could really spend this money on something else, but she wants to spend $60,000 on a celebration of them. And she wants
on the low end.
On the low end. And she wants this wedding to be a full blown out Guyanese traditional wedding, which is, I don't know if y'all have ever been to a Guyanese wedding.
A lot going on. The 60,000 seems a little cheap to me, but whatever.
We've seen Indian weddings, and that they are that is their people.
Ornate.
Yeah. And so the Guyanese weddings, imagine like Indian Caribbeans, even though it's technically South America. It gets very ornate and very active. It's a lovely, lively situation, but it is also not cheap. And it comes with a lot of accoutrement and a lot of outfits and traditions and things that cost a lot of money. So
she wants an elephant and she wants it in a castle.
Yeah. With a horse and carriage, like Cinderella. And I don't have opinions. Now, Mike's been kicking it with his celebrity barber, Jay. Jay cuts all the celebrities' hairs when they come to town from...
No, I'm gonna... Now, I had to stop here because I know a celebrity barber stylist in Vegas.
I know,
and a lot of people know him too. Leroy from The Challenge. He is a celebrity barber in Las Vegas, and you see the niggas who come through like LeBron. Those we know them now. Who is going to this? This man with this Troy Sivan haircut.
Mike Mills said it was UFC fighters and, WWE people and NASCAR drivers. So he is some sort of celebrity barber stylist. And he is looking for Michael to invest $100,000 into a barbershop. To give a celebrity experience.
I do want to, kind of. He wants them to, Mike wants to buy this and have this nigga manage it and whatever.
Yeah.
And so
And clean up off of booth rent.
yes.
Yeah.
But of course, in nigga fashion, he has not told his wife about it.
No.
And it's $100,000.
Now Jay and his wife come over for Thanksgiving, and they still haven't talked about the business aspect of it yet. Michael and Jay talked about this privately, but they make an announcement. They declare they're going to make an announcement, and when I tell you, them kids' buttholes clenched because they thought another baby was coming, and everybody got tight. But they just announced that they were going to have this lavish wedding to finally celebrate their nuptials and their family. In the meantime, we find out that, you know, in true nigga fashion, Michael has several streams of income. Remember, he was running a credit repair business. We all recall those sneakers from Alibaba that he was selling for a G.
Oh my God.
And again, don't know who, but he was selling sneakers. He got a credit repair business. And now we find out that they own 6 luxury vehicles, or at least, I don't know, 6 luxury vehicles that they rent out to people who want to come and drive luxury vehicles, which is an avenue. I personally think they do Turo.
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah. I was like, I think this is Turo. With the, but you know, when people are on Turo and they're specifically say, I want this kind of car, and they were like,
the exotic car,
which is not,
instead of going,
I'm not mad at multiple streams of revenue, and I'm not actually not. I know several people who do Turo, and it works for them. And I understand also when you have yours, mine, and fucking ours in your house, you have to have multiple streams of income. But he's such a niggapreneur in all of the different avenues that he explores.
That's what I said. I was like, I don't have any issue with any of these businesses. Like, it's legit. I understand. You're used to making. You're used to getting money very quickly in large amounts of it. Earning is very heavy lifting there. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So, like, I get why you have, and everybody should have multiple streams of income. But these are just seemingly, like, nigga businesses, and not necessarily, and you can tell that none of these are Justine's ideas.
She said
this is a big argument. This is a big argument. Before we even start fighting, it's like, from jump and him listing, I'm like, this sounds like he sat down, he was talking, or he got, God forbid, he was on the internet listening to a podcast, and then he was, he was
one of them ones where they talking to themselves, but they face the corner, so it looked like they talking to somebody.
Yeah,
and they talk like, and this is how you have to make money. That's how those are the type of podcasts he listens to.
And you know. Anywho, they both take boxing classes. They go to take a boxing class, and you know they try to get their bodies together and stuff. Yeah, they still dress similarly. You know, remember they were twinning most of the time.
Yeah, they finally given up on the full, like, we've got to match all the time. Yeah. But it's the aesthetic.
But there's a through line.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, there's a theme. There's always a theme.
Yeah. So they end up discussing Melody's fight in school, and Justine explains to Michael that he's going to have a real conversation with his children about him going to prison. And she's right.
Hold on 1 second.
I have a really important question.
It better be important, I swear to God.
What would you do if the angels came?
I knew that. Get out of here now. Get out of here. Don't bring me no scenario. I don't want. No. Niggas love to throw out. Girl, why are you singing Michael Jackson? Go! Close it. Yo, this 11 to 13 is so fucking weird. The humor is weird. Like,
It's like watching a Canadian TV show.
It's like peak Goof Troop time. Like, it's
Yeah,
It's
it's Canadian
yeah,
comedy.
it's
Like,
Canadian comedy.
like, have you ever watched Portlandia? That's for the 11 to 13-year-old. It's weird.
Bro.
It's out there.
Oh
It's
my
off kilter
god.
comedy, or what do they say? Offbeat comedy.
Offbeat comedy. It's like they're perpetually living in a Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
It's
my cousins were like that growing up, but then you make you think of like, well, was I like this? I'm like, well, I was born at 38, so I don't know.
I when I think about some of the stuff, I'm ashamed. You know, that's where the shame it peaks. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I don't want her doing that. So, like,
Yeah,
you shan't try a Black and Mild at this age. That would be crazy. So, you know, it's times are different. They're more innocent, but weird as fuck. I'm sure we had some weird as fuck ways as well.
yeah, I'm sure. But anywho,
this is a very honest conversation though, and I appreciated how she was saying it. But continue.
Yeah, yeah, she was telling him like, you need to have an honest conversation about you going to prison because of the fact that, you know, a lot of his children have some anger issues that you can see, or some abandonment issues, just issues in general from him not being there. I didn't realize. Why I forgot that he was gone for 7 years out of his kids' lives.
Yep.
Some that he barely even know. And I think when I think about it now, even his younger ones that aren't even there with him are still missing out.
This is what and that's to her point, because she said it. She goes, you know, this is probably the foundation and the root of that absence. And and I need you to understand, you're gonna face this with every single child of yours. Because of that relationship, those two youngest ones, their resentment will come from the fact that when they go back and look at this kind of footage and whatnot and have stories and so forth, they were not present for this coming together of family. And so there's always going to be a dynamic of them possibly feeling like outsiders. Granted, you can tell that everybody in that family does a great job of viewing each other as family. Hell, Melanie's fight for her brother, that's technically Justine's biological child. That's not Michael's biological child. So, but there's not even a thought about it. It's like, I'm fighting for my brother. My brother is special needs, and these bitches has something to say, and I don't want him dealing with what I dealt with. Like, the step aspect doesn't come in. And I think that's beautiful, but that doesn't mean that those two youngest are not going to feel that.
Yeah, and I understand blending a family is very difficult. Also, living 2,000 miles away, you know, from the other parent. You know, a lot of things that it seems like they had a lot of discussions, and they've had to, but I feel like there are some things missing, and that's what Justine is highlighting here.
Yeah.
Now he pisses me off when he starts talking about her later on in another episode, and the issues that she may or may not need to deal with. Because I had nothing to do with what was going on.
Didn't at all, actually.
So he tells her about this investment plan, kind of, sort of, not really. And even when she was like, "Barb, I don't see it," because my favorite quote from her was, "I'm not really interested in today."
What I quoted from her, because yes, especially once we really got to the root of where her frustration came from, I was like, I understand this girl. But also, Miss Mother, she said, I'd rather invest our money into our wedding than another business venture. That's not an investment. I agree and understand exactly where she's coming from, especially, again, once she explained where she was coming from. I do want her to also get a grip, because when you got 9 kids in total, because they even count those youngest ones, whether they're there or not, when you got 9 kids in total and 7 living up in the crib and 4 are college age or almost college age, you have to think about things differently at this point.
Yeah, and she explains it well. She talks about,
Yes.
sacrifices and all the things she does for the family. She almost lost her life for a million. She has, you know, done this, that, and the third for the family. And so she was like, I want something finally done for me. I'm always sacrificing for the sake of.
And
Why
that I
not? Why
also
can't I?
understand. It was the 60K. It was the
Yeah.
elephant. It was
I
like
need to have a venue,
a
dress and
castle.
stuff. But yeah, and also I understood, and I think it was rooted in like I'm tired of doing these nigga businesses that aren't necessarily
That are not my idea, and I just end up
that are
having
not
to do something for
because you're my
them.
husband.
Yes.
Yes, like when she pulled up to the spot to the venue where it was where it's allegedly supposed to be, she was like, "This is it." Like insane because I made the same comment, and like it just doesn't seem like.
I made that about most of the places I went in Vegas, but I was like, oh,
It just she's frustrated in
yeah,
her marriage because of the fact that she doesn't feel like she's ever being heard,
yeah,
and she feels like she gets bulldozed, and because that she's such an understanding person that
yep,
she kind of like, and she understands like, well, this nigga's life was on hold because he was in prison, so I'm gonna try to get him. You know what I mean?
yes, and
She is selfless in that manner.
no, and she absolutely has been, and she's selfless for the kids. She is selfless for him. She agrees to everything he wants to do, and she supports everything he wants to do, no matter how foolish it is. From that rap career to those sneakers to that credit repair business to the cars, which is the most reasonable thing that I've heard. And so I do think, especially as a mother, especially as a partner, all of those things that she deserves to have something for herself. Just don't let that something be something that puts y'all in an incredible amount of debt for no reason. That was literally my only point. But
Yeah. And she gets to that point
yes,
eventually. She's
yeah,
like,
she
I'm much
does.
I'll do something for the house. I'll do something for us. You know what I mean, for the kids. I have no problem. You know what I mean. But
I'm not interested in this
if this
barbershop
is,
though.
I'm not interested in this barbershop.
And that was
So
also valid because then you are hinged upon people actually renting these spaces, actually paying the booth rent, actually getting the clientele to like you. This is a gamble, and that's not a risk that she is willing to take right now either, which I think is also very valid. But they get into a huge to do in the barbershop with Jay and his wife sitting there because that's who they have the meeting with. And the wife is trying to convince her and like talk her into it, but Justine's not having it. Like she's not interested.
she's like, maybe put the wedding on hold. And she was like, mm-mm.
And when he jumps to say yes, that's when she hit the roof. She storms out,
Yeah.
and then that's when we get, later on we
She
get to the
curses him
root.
out in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen them fight that bad actually.
No, and so when they're out in the street, he says something wild to her, like out of nowhere, and he eventually says something like, "This is you projecting your issues with your mother, and you're taking them out on me."
Because
And
remember, his
so
mother
she was
moved in
like,
with them and lives with them.
"Right," and tried to shame her and say that baby wasn't his, that Manhattan wasn't his, and all this stuff, and try to
This is
sneak and have
crazy.
DNA test on her, so that bitch is crazy. But I like I
She is
you have a lot
and out of
more.
pocket.
Justine is one of God's stronger shoulders because you're not going to be living up in my house.
After you literally put a paternity test in a gift bag with tissue paper and brought it to me at an Applebee's.
The way I would only serve you corn,
Like
just
you may only use this much fridge space while you live in my house. Yeah, just
oh, I total pause. I was supposed to do this for Holly, and I need to do this, and you would be on board with this. I don't know who in the culinary world decided that corn ribs were a thing,
vegan asshole.
but I want them castrated, and here's why. Because corn doesn't have ribs.
It don't. because
they don't have bones.
It's not animal, and you just, for somebody who hates and shames meat eaters so bad, and this is not for all vegans. This is for those vegans, because you all got a lot to say.
People enjoy corn ribs. I think it's stupid because even people who eat meat eat
just
corn
say
ribs,
you like
stupid.
seasoned corn, bitch. Get that fucking fried, buttered, seasoned fucking MSG corn from Wingstop. I heard it goes off. Like,
it does.
You know what I'm saying? Enjoy corn. I enjoy corn. It is never associated with a rib, though. It's because it's not a rib.
It's not a rib. It's just
it's a cob.
It's the cob that happens to bend because you cut it that way. That's weird.
Not a rib. No. Yes.
And then they sell them in things at Trader Joe's.
What?
So now you look like a fucking asshole. Yeah, in the frozen section with the veggies and stuff. It's the Taiwanese pancake next to the corn rib.
Which that sounds like a lovely
Babylon.
combination. But
corn and the pancake, yes,
yeah.
But not the corn rib, yes.
No, not the rib attached. Rib and corn don't go together unless you at a barbecue and we are eating a slab of ribs and a piece of corn.
The corn ribs. I was like, that is ridiculous. That is some marketing ploy. I hate it.
Anywho. That's a culinary dickhead.
Yeah. She back to Justine and Michael. She calls him a mama's boy.
Yeah. Titty baby.
He ain't like that. Mm-hmm. He ain't like that. Men don't like being called mama's boys, especially when it's the truth.
Exactly, when they actually do suckle at the teat. So
my next note was like, well, how did this being about her white mama?
Because he literally, it was like, nobody. You're jealous because your mother doesn't fuck with you. Like,
yeah. And it was like,
why would you say
I don't
that?
want to spend money on this $100,000 on this business. And how does this have to do with me and my white mama?
Not being supportive of another one of your niggerpreneurships. Like,
nigga ventures. That's what my note says.
So they don't sleep in the same bed that night after that fight. They don't speak. They wake up the next day, him on the couch and her in the bed, happy that she probably got the bed to herself. You know, and they chatted out and talk in the street, and she really gets to the root of where all of her frustration came from and what the foundation of that really is, which is everything we discussed about her feeling like she's supportive no matter what, without ever getting her own just due. She just sacrifices and sees no return from that outside of her children growing up healthy and happy. You know what I'm saying? And moms deserve something for themselves too. Parents deserve something for themselves. Now, he takes Melanie driving because she's about to be 18. Again, she's going to be going to college soon. And also he needs to spend some one-on-one time, you know, because of their previous discussions around her temper. I want to say, it sounds, the way that they discussed it, it sounds like the fight might not have been an isolated situation. Just maybe
it seemed like it was progressing, and because the way him and Melody had this conversation, one of my notes is that she for a 17-year-old, she's good at managing and regulating her emotions.
Yeah,
which led me to believe that this wasn't a one-time thing. It seems like shit was escalating, and she's warned them.
Yeah,
and shit got to a point where she had to intervene. So.
Absolutely, but it also sounds like, even though we have seen her be nothing but a level-headed kid, she may keep that love and that you know, reason for home. But a lot of times when you have things bottled up inside of you, your lash out comes in other ways and in other situations. So, you know, she may go from 0 to 100 in public, and that's where I understood. Now, the fentanyl comparison and the me versus you was no, but I did understand in the sense where it's like, listen. You a black girl or a brown girl or whatever in
she's a black
America.
I'm
that's what I think, but you know, I'm just not sure how everybody identifies. And but you're gonna be seen as a black girl always. And you are in America, and when you hit a certain age, you're gonna rock somebody's shit one time. If they decide to press charges on you, that could lead to a whole laundry list of implications, and we don't want that for you. I don't want you to ever end up in any of the situations I've been in, you know, off of this. And that's what I did understand.
Yeah.
And so, and I also appreciated how vulnerable she was in expressing herself, and like, I felt alone and I felt unprotected while you were locked up, and I didn't have nobody to hold it down for me. So I feel extra protective of my brothers when I see something like that happening, because nobody was there to handle that for me. So I want to make sure that I'm there to handle that for them. And I respect it, but I did also understand, like, yeah, girl, but that could lead you down a path that you didn't intend to go. And she understood the concern.
Yeah, like I said, for somebody from 17, she is very self-aware.
Yeah.
And
they got good kids, man. Like they seem, you know, I know we don't see everything, but like all in all, they've got a great set of kids. Like they really won the lottery with that blended family.
And I could definitely tell you that's a testament to Justine.
Yes. Yeah.
And even I don't necessarily like her that much, but his mother too, right? Like she is, and his sister, I could say.
Yeah,
that,
they've been very present for the kids.
Yeah, and raising them to be decent human beings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we've seen teens just act,
and
like
we don't know
banshees,
Melanie's mother's situation. You know, it's a testament to her. Yeah. To her in some form too, because you know, she was the one who had her for all that time. But I do appreciate the fact that she's still connected to her father's family, even with him being incarcerated, and it's evident that she still had a relationship with him to some degree. So, you know, I think how great the kids are a testament to something that everybody is doing right, even though they don't get everything right. You know what I mean? And they have their issues, but all in all, they were able to come to some resolve. They're still going to have the wedding, just with some concessions. It's going to be in New York because nobody is in Vegas, and we will see how that turns out.
Yeah, Justine was mad in this episode of her, a couple of episodes, and she let it be known that she was like, I'm upset and you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And it took her to episode 4 to be like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to let this go for now.
Which again was because of the root of the problem, and that which had built over time. That's how when resentment builds up, it generally tends to bubble over at a certain point, and this was theirs.
Yeah. And that was them.
Yes, let's take another break. We have 2 more couples. God damn.
Hit it, Claude. And we're black.
Whew.
So, again, remember, this is free for everybody. Go on to YouTube and watch the visuals. You get to see our beautiful black faces.
Ish.
So let's move on to 2025 Scrabble tiles. We have Quiana Damodrick and Joelia.
Yeah, Kiana's 27. She's a hairstylist and pharmacy tech. I don't know when she has time to be doing all of that with her nefarious activities. And then we have Kendrick Lamar. Because
Demon Dick Damar.
Dick Damodrick, because he's doing something to these young ladies.
I don't know how and why these ladies are so dizzy over this man.
I assume
with braids.
I assume it's what you said.
I
think he might be feng shuiing their insides, possibly.
Clearly, furniture moving.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna wear braids and play me like that. You know what I mean? And
no,
you like
not.
30, like, you know what I mean? Like, no. You're not.
Especially little baby toddler braids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. We not baby's kids braids. Kiss my ass.
He was locked up for 2 years for firearm under felony indictment charges, and they are in Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah. Right. So, whew, we have a lot to cover with them because last season we saw them. Quiana was in wrestling term the baby face, right? They're like they're the victim of the scenario, and Joelia is the big evil baby mama. Oh, how the tables have turned, and how we get to the truth. And so, remember last time we saw them, we were wondering if she had children, and we found out that she did.
Yes, those.
Well, she's finally showing them now, Quiana. You know, so we open with the children roasting each other over Fortnite, which I thought was funny. Kid Kim. I thought that was funny.
It was.
So it cuts to him moving out of his father's crib. And the production sets it up like we don't know if he's moving in with Joelia or Quiana. He ends up moving back with Quiana. And that's when we learn that she's showing her children now. She has a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Which let me question a couple of things because you talking about he cheated on you with Joelia, but like there's a lot of timeline stuff interlapping and who cheated and who was with what and whom and whatever because you know babies take time and things, so there's some overlapping here.
And
so
remember,
I don't.
They've been together since
high school.
An inappropriate age gap occurred between them.
Like middle school, I think they've been like they've known each other. Something weird like that.
It was something,
a very long
something
time.
long. But yeah, they build this fake suspense around who he quote unquote chose, and it's Quiana and her new Red Hot Mary wig. So we see her 2 kids, Jeremiah and Janiah. They're 5 and 7. And he's essentially playing house with Quiana while Joelia is planning their son's birthday party.
Joelia is back at home now, getting her life together. You know, she's got a business. She's like, I don't need this. I'm trying to set an example for my children's and my baby's parties this week, and you know all this stuff. And she also says she don't think that he's totally committed to Quiana, and that's clearly evident because he's clearly fucking her still. I picked that up first scene.
Absolutely.
Anywho. One of his kids' birthday is this weekend, and Joelia is throwing the child a party. I also want to know where his other baby mothers are, because remember, he has 6 children.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I always forget.
But Joelia don't want Quiana to come.
Her kids can come, but she can't come.
Right. And now what we know now, I agree. So,
yes,
he keeps telling Joelia, you know, that he misses her and stuff like that. And she's just like, that's how I know this nigga is still wants to be with me. I got that good or whatever, right?
Yeah, my snapper.
So then we have a lot of black producers this season because
or
black
one
producer
doing the work.
Yeah, she was like, are you sleeping with Joelia? Yes or no?
And he's like,
so he
giggle. Nah, it's in the past.
Yeah. And as soon as he said that, I was like, you're fucking
her raw.
Like,
yeah. Now, this is where, you know, TV shows, movies, Hollywood production across the board always wants to paint somebody as the villain. And even through this, they're trying to paint her as the villain in her actions, but every action has a reaction. And Joelia, I don't think anybody's innocent in this situation, but Joelia is not a villain. So first,
she didn't warrant this to happen to her because this is illegal.
Multiple things. So first, apparently Quiana posted Joelia's intimate pictures on Facebook. She went through Damodrick's phone. She didn't like that Joelia has sent him sexy pictures. They were bathroom pictures and lingerie, mirror pictures. And she posted those pictures from his phone on her Facebook page with nasty captions. I don't know how naked you have to be for something to be considered revenge porn. But as a woman,
that seemed enough
as
to
a
me.
mother, and as a human, bitch, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. That's somebody's, I don't care in what way you obtained it or how you saw it. Like, get on that nigga for having that shit in his phone. Leave that nigga if you have to keep dealing with stuff like this. But you don't, like, what happens if your kids are perusing the internet and some bitch decided to post your sexy pictures online? Like, get a grip. So I wouldn't want her at my kid's fucking party either if she did some shit like this. Moving on to episode 2. Him and Quiana get into it because she's upset that she can't go to the birthday party. And she's like unrealistically entitled to being able to be present at this birthday party because she's his woman. If your kids can go and they're going to have a good time and you know he's going to look out for them, that should be all you care about. But Zeruiah was correct. Quiana wants to go to this birthday party so she can parade the fact that she quote unquote won. She even used a corny ass "the boy is mine" reference at the top of back in episode 1. So she wants to go to this party with ill intentions in the first place.
Yeah,
and we've
already seen this, right? And we've seen this demonstrated. Remember when in the first season that they were on, where she went to his welcome home party and Zeruiah came with the kids and she had felt away or whatever the fuck and was like, "This is my man, my man, my man, my man, my man." Remember? Because that's when I realized she talks like B. Simone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know, you are the problem, Quiana. Like, well, everybody is the asshole here, but you are a little bit more of the problem than I thought you were.
No, absolutely. She paints a picture that she's innocent. I even thought she was like some naive church girl initially. She ain't. Like, that girl is not. She's manipulative and but she's not low, which makes it worse. I think it's when you're audacious and you're not even low, but I don't have no respect for it. So,
and also what kills me is that Damodrick doesn't even pressure her about those pictures that she posted either.
No,
revenge porn.
I don't like that. I don't like.
He doesn't pressure.
Your kids can see
anything,
that too.
Actually.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like he defends her blindly, and it's not right. So Zeruiah goes over to her cousin's house because she's in beauty school. She got to get her hours. So she got to give her cousin a beat.
My girl is getting her life together. Yeah, she got a palette.
Okay. She is on a trajectory.
Branding,
you know what? We should.
A palette.
Just to support, but I don't want my eyelids breaking out with eczema.
Oh, no.
But she has her own
she
has her own eyeshadow line now. And she's telling her cousin about, Demon Dick's latest efforts with her. And production asked her when's the last time that they had sex. And I hate these obscure ass answers that they always do. But she's like, let's just say I can get it anytime I want, which means that they had sex recently. Mm-hmm. Just say that.
Yeah.
Now, Quiana's back at the beauty shop. And remember her coworkers, which are Hugh. It includes...
girl from KP Envy and Elgin Charles.
Yeah, that'll work.
Well, he not really.
No,
yeah,
I was like, sure. Let's just go with that. A white lady with a black scent and a shortcut, and a gay nigga.
A black gay.
And so they are not convinced. She tells them that like Damodrick moved back in, they back together, things are on the right.
It's the faucet.
On the right path.
Sorry, I forgot that note.
That the way that they be referring to this.
Zeruiah said, "What keeps him coming back? I don't know. It's the faucet." I said,
I was like, all right, well, go ahead. What do you want? What do you want?
I was gonna say, should I go through the very top drawer of my dresser, which is really crowded?
Yeah. And that thing on your closet. Noah, don't fart at me. Close the door. Noah.
anywho.
Yes, the faucet. Her coworkers are not convinced that she is in a healthy relationship. They're not with it. But she's convinced that she is, and she's giving them empty platitudes about it. And then she gets a phone call. And as soon as she realizes who the phone call is from, she has the other coworker, KP, remove the mic. She goes off into the bathroom. She looks shook, and she's being extremely secretive with everybody, including production, on what the content of this phone call was.
Right. So, she comes back, and she's just like, I can't talk about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's up saying everything is cool to her coworkers, but clearly not, because why are you taking your mic off?
Also,
as soon as she gets home,
nobody does all of this who's innocent. Let's just start there.
Exactly. So she runs home. She's like, "What you doing?" He's like, "I'm just drinking a box juice. What's up?" She's like, "Get in the room." She tells him to take off his microphone and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out, Zeruiah filed a police report on Quiana.
Yep.
So, allegedly, Quiana vandalized her car, slashed her tires.
Her family size sedan.
Yes. Her Grand Marquis.
Yeah.
That's what she drives. And she had to pay $625 to get everything fixed.
Oh, yeah, because she popped her tires, all 4 of them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, Quiana is denying. But both of them, her and Damodrick, are being extremely weird and skittish about this.
As soon as you said Quiana's denying, I read in my note that said Quiana did that shit.
Yeah. I said, "Oh, she did that shit."
I said, whatever they said she didn't
do it,
she did it.
She did it, yeah.
Or it was her homegirls.
She had her homegirls.
Yep, exactly. Now, when we say vandalize,
what happened.
She wrote on the back window. Did you see what it said? I didn't even see what it said.
It was something bitch on it or hoe. It was something weird, but I just knew
she took the white, I don't know if it was white paint, white out, white whatever, chalk, I don't know, but she wrote on the window something, the back window, and then she popped off 4 tires. And that was the vandalization. Yeah. Why that is fucked up and it is considered vandalizing is because this lady got kids just the fuck like you.
Yeah.
And yo
niggas kids.
Yo niggas kids. And she's got to get those kids back and forth. Ugh. That if she has to call this nigga for multiple rides, you gonna be extra irritated about it. Mm-hmm. And nothing in you said, this is not a good idea. You went strictly off of emotion, and because Quiana acts like a 14-year-old all the time, I know she did that shit. I know she did. So
yeah,
she's proclaiming that she didn't. And he's worried. This is the only thing that I agreed with him on. He's worried. He's like, anytime the police get involved in anything, it's a problem. But that's where you need to go talk to Quiana. You don't talk to Zeruiah. Zeruiah's not allowed to file a police report because he said, you don't have no proof. Okay. Well, I don't need any more. I know that bitch did it. I don't have beef with nobody else. There is no other nigga on this planet who would want to pop my tires right now. Okay, the shit that was done to me was targeted. And the only person who got an issue with me is your bitch.
Yeah, and again, now that this is all recorded, I could now, 6 months later, go on this television program, prove and show how skittish you are.
Exactly.
And show this to the court of law and be like, look at this.
And granted, if they don't have evidence and there was no cameras around, you may get off of that technicality. But everybody who has watched this and has an inkling of common sense knows that you did that shit, allegedly.
And this is where I'm like, I know a lot of times like families get into arguments where like women don't allow the child's father to see the kids or whatever. And I don't necessarily agree with that.
No.
This is one of the times I would agree with that. Because now you have demonstrated that the person of your romantic interest is unsafe to my family
for my children
and your children.
Yep.
So,
Well, notice how he never brings them kids over to the house. He always goes over to her house.
And that should tell you something. Why am I not? That's weird and scary.
Yeah,
that's weird and scary.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean.
I also agreed with her in the next part where he was like, all right, bet I don't know how to, like, he's really concerned about the law being involved in this. If this goes through, he can't live at Quiana's house anymore because then they both got records. B, he's like, if I'm involved in any shape or form, I could go back to prison and I'm not going back to prison for this shit. So what do I have to do? He's like, I'll pay for the tires. I'll give you the money for the tires. And she's like, okay, bet. I will drop the case possibly when you give me the money for the tires. And he's like, drop the case and I'll give you the money. And I'm like, no, nigga, it does not work that way. It does not work that way.
No.
No.
And like, you should have, again, you know what your girl is capable of. So, and again, you still over here fucking me. So what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Which is where, again, Joelia, we gonna have to let that go. The faucet got to turn off. Turn off the faucet.
Because at this point, babe, this is not good for you. Like, this is not even about getting what you need.
You got you got a shadow to sell. You got a pallet to hawk.
Yeah.
You don't need to be worried about no nigger.
No,
okay?
not at all.
Especially this one.
Not at all. So
you can do better.
So I do want her to get off. I want everybody to just leave him alone. But Quiana is a problem, whether it's him or anybody.
I agree.
She's a problem. She's a problem. And he's a problem. And like you said, because even in all of this, he barely holds her feet to the fire. Why don't you let her know, I don't know if you did this or not, but if you did, you need to watch out doing stuff that can get me implicated. Mm-hmm. But sir, you don't have much to stand on because you playing around in everybody's faces right now.
Exactly.
And so, we'll see what happens from that.
Right. Let's take a break and we'll be back with our final couple. Hit it, Claude. And we're black. We're at our final couple here with our Life After Lockup Mania. Season whatever the fuck
Jesus
this is.
Christ.
We're ending with Brooke and JK because sometimes white mess is interesting. Yeah. And this was some peak white mess.
It makes you forget that you're watching a bunch of people with black sense.
I want to say Bonnie is the star of these 4 episodes.
Yeah.
She is the bone collector. Okay. I said we were
Bonnie
talking about
is a messy bitch
earlier.
that lives for drama.
But she's loyal.
She's
loyal to her. She's loyal to actually loyalty is that's the
relative, right? I was like, I don't know if that's the word.
Because it's like she tells people
Bonnie is loyal to the truth. Bonnie is loyal to
that's what she is, loyal to the truth.
I'm not.
And however, and if the people need to hear it, then so be it. But her allegiance is with truth and justice. She is an X-Men. Okay. She is a member
Bonnie
of the Justice
is
League.
a piece. She is a piece of work, honey.
Right.
Brooke.
So,
oof. She's 31. She's unemployed. JK.
Yeah.
AKA Toothless and Ruthless, is 31, which is insane to think about. The fact that I just read that is nuts. He was in jail for manufacturing delivery of a controlled substance, and he was locked up for 6 years.
Yeah. So,
and they're in Texas.
when we saw them last, of course, they do the whole thing. They get out, But however, they're really trying to have a baby for whatever reason because he feels as though like he's about to die tomorrow and he wants to spread his seed or whatever the fuck, right? He
Also, my first note, which is important, which I didn't realize how important it is until later on, says they're actively trying to get pregnant on an air mattress. That is noteworthy.
Yeah, that's choices. So remember, he is living at home. She is kind of staying with him in his mother's friend that she takes care of's room, kind of. But now that she doesn't, now he has to sleep on the floor. Either way, because in the first scene, we see them trying to activate pre-seed lube. Basically, he's like turning her upside down, like that you see in them stupid movies where people are trying to get pregnant to activate ovulation or whatever the fuck. It's stupid. Like, let's let gravity do his job. No, I mean, okay, drink water and eat green vegetables, nigga, and your swimmers will be better.
Exactly.
So they still at Big Kathy's house. I'm not calling her big because she's big. I'm calling her Big Kathy because she is the only person here that has sense, and she wants well for her family. Too bad they don't want well for themselves. They rehash her tracking him on the phone and him going to see his ex Alex, which is very important to this story. Remember last season, as soon as he got out, he went to go see his ex, and he saw his ex, but they had a conversation. It was like, I'm moving on. He had a closure conversation with Alex, and where Brooke thought otherwise, and she left her job while on the clock and to go run and beat this bitch's ass for whatever the fuck reason. I don't know why she thought to leave her job at St. Vincent de Paul, but she did it. Now she's unemployed.
Exactly.
So Kathy is fed up with all these niggas in her house. She is upset, and she's like, my house is small now. Like, I can't breathe in this shit, but whatever the fuck. And she keeps warning him about having a kid. She even bought him prophylactics, that's condoms for those who are not in the know, to prevent him from having a child or aid in the prevention of them having a child, right? Because they're only 97% effective. But apparently, Brooke has a secret that she hasn't told him yet. And of course, in true Matt Sharp Entertainment fashion, everybody has to have a secret. The secret is the fact that she didn't tell him that she got fired when she walked off the job last season to go fight Alex or whatever.
Yeah.
So she has been lying, saying that, I'm at work.
I'm going to work. Yeah. Even when they had just knocked boots, which Kathy's also tired of hearing, and we're sitting there chatting with his dirty feet, she was like, I'm getting ready to go take the boys to school. I'm going to work. So it was the act of lying. Now, she goes over to Bonnie's job. Bonnie works, by the way,
at Chili's or at a Waffle House or some scenario. It was like a
Papa Bear's
diner situation.
Papa Bear's, which is some sort of Mexican cantina, with a teddy bear as the mascot. But she goes to Bonnie's job with $23 to her name. She tells us this.
Remember, Bonnie is her roommate and JK's
best
BFF.
friend. Yes. So she goes to Bonnie's job, who she has gotten close to recently. And she lets Bonnie know that she's going to need to start kicking her some rent and utilities if she's going to be living there, because she's broke and she needs assistance and she don't have a job. And JK does not know that, so keep her mouth shut. She even gave disclaimers before she spilled the news. Are you loyal to me? Are you going to be a girl's girl? Are you going to blah, blah, blah? And Bonnie's like, yeah, I got you. So she tells her she doesn't have a job anymore. And then she leaves, and Bonnie's like, well, I've got to tell this nigga this right now.
Like, she had her phone in hand, like, damn near as...
Immediately.
Yeah, she was leaving the table. It was just like, well, I got my JK. All she had to do was press send.
Mm-hmm. He was he's in her favorites, so all she had to do was the button.
Right. I've also never seen anybody force somebody to pledge loyalty.
Outside of like third grade.
It was like, yeah, or like the United States government.
Mm-hmm.
But like her secret makes her feel more dumb. Like makes Brooke feel like even more dumb. Like, you know what I mean? So there's one thing of like you running out and not having money to support your family, which is crazy work because you already give your own mother hell, which we'll talk about in another episode. Because her mother is sick of her. But also, you are so silly. You just running after a man who just got out of prison. You trying to fight his ex-girlfriend. Like, you just so weird.
Yeah,
so weird.
Yeah,
such a dummy.
I mean, it's silly bitch behavior. You know what I'm saying? And it's likened to Quiana and them as well, where we are in continuous behavior, where niggas are not held accountable for their fuck ass actions, and women keep fighting each other behind it. It's ridiculous. But he's inquiring. No, he doesn't have no job. He ain't got no job yet. He has a job. He has a prospective job, and one of the stipulations for him getting his ankle monitor off is to get a job. He is currently, as they are trying to get pregnant, we find out she is unemployed. He is currently selling plasma twice a week to bring in a little bit of money, which is getting ready to minimize in amount, because once you do it so many times, you don't get as much. So that's what he's been doing for money as they are actively trying to bring a child into this world. But he also has a plan of being some kind of local rig driver that goes back and forth with, I don't know, package. I have no clue. I wasn't quite sure what all.
He's just a junk driver, right? You pick up stuff and
drop it off, pick up stuff there,
drop at the dump. Yeah.
So
that's why he was so investigating this truck.
While he is looking at this truck, he sees his dad for the first time since getting out. His biological father. Because remember, Kathy is married to his stepfather, and he has resentment for his father for the ways that he did not show up. His father was a truck driver, and that kept him away, and that was his choice. He gets vulnerable and lets his father know, all about how he felt left and abandoned and so forth and so on. And his father does not apologize, or it's just kind of like, yeah, I love you no matter what, so don't question that. And they part ways, and he gets the text from Bonnie that he needs to go to Papa Bear's Mexican Cantina. So he does. Also, they vape profusely through every single scene. Yeah, every last one of them. Bonnie got one at work. His daddy had one. The only person who don't vape is Kathy. She probably smokes good old-fashioned cigarettes. But anyway.
She does. She smokes Marlboro. She smokes Camel because it's in one of the scenes.
Oh, okay.
Because I made a comment because I was like, you don't see people smoke cigarettes outside of Newports like that on television. No, most people would go to, since we've been watching Mob Wives, like Renee and Drita, they all smoke Newports.
Yes,
inwards.
They are also, but yes, we know what that means.
Yes, menthol.
White,
but I just noticed
Marlboros.
it was just and Camel.
Yeah,
they're very
and if they're young,
standard.
American spirits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
when I used to smoke cigarettes, I smoked Parliaments because I was a white woman.
Well, the few times I have, they were Newports.
Or it was Marlboro. I was a Marlboro girly.
No, I never wasn't really into it. I was not a smoker. I just smoked a few times, and they were Newports or Black and Milds, and I was not a fan. So I was like, I'll just stick to the weed. Meanwhile, back at Kathy's, Brooke is encroaching on their space yet again, but she thinks she's being helpful. She's making barbecue meatloaf to be helpful.
Yeah, this meal.
Yeah, mashed potatoes and carrots boiled the fuck out of. And he comes in with his, leftovers and ignores her. And she starts calling him out, and they argue right there in front of Kathy and her husband. With their big dick vapes in their mouths.
He's like, so tell me why I had to find out that you were lying to me about where you be at. You ain't got no job, so what's up?
And then they go outside.
No. Yeah, she throws Alex out there to be petty, and he was like, I didn't lie to you. He was like, okay, fine, whatever the fuck. But
even though he did, but
you up here lying about, he did. But you're lying about your location, and he kicks her out of the house.
And he also, remember his father was like, it seems like he has a better footing of his emotions, and he's always been a hothead, and so forth and so on. This nigga has already he's already cussed her out twice in front of us, and they've only been on 2 seasons. Yeah. And when he starts to cuss her out, he starts to cuss her out. Like calling her a bitch and all kinds of shit. So there's a problem. There is definitely a problem there. Next episode.
The rap song at the beginning. I made a note. I said this rap song is hilarious. And my next note says, hella piss sticks on the sink.
Oh, I thought you were going to read lyrics from the rap song.
Oh, no.
4 positive PP sticks, 2 negative. Oh, we'll get to that. Now, he has her blocked because she's going straight to voicemail. And that nigga's phone is not off. I did too. She's just calling him all the live long day because of these positive tests. She tells her mother, and when I tell you her mother is irritated.
So she's been irritated with her since we saw them last season. Because remember, she was like, you keep thinking I'm your fucking babysitter, and I'm not. You up here want to be around this man and stuff. You got 2 of your own little bastards to raise.
And you're halfway raising them because you're at this nigga's house every goddamn day. And them kids are home with me. Mm-hmm. And you want to bring
become a grandmother to be.
Mm-hmm.
Un otra.
Un otra.
Oh.
Now, this is a theme. Mm-hmm. I cracked up laughing because, and I quote, the mother said to her, "Between the 2 of you, this baby ain't got a chance in hell." And she leaves her kids yet again to go to to Kathy's house so she can tell JK about these positive pregnancy tests because she's blocked on his phone.
Now, what I did not like is the son, because I feel like it was one of the son's birthdays or whatever the fuck. And one of the sons was like, "Oh, where's JK?" And the younger was like, "Well, I know where he's at. He's at his ex's."
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
they be talking in front of them kids.
They talk about in front of them children, and I hate that.
Yeah.
As a former social worker, I do not like when parents. There's one thing, like, I know you don't want to shelter or hide too many things from children because kids aren't stupid. But I also think when you speak negatively about somebody that's supposed to be a positive role model in their lives or whatever, just because you mad at them, you know what I mean? You should definitely watch what you say around children because they are the most impressionable motherfuckers ever.
And if you feel emotionally unsafe around this person, why you feel like your kids, the kids are supposed to fluctuate and depending upon how you feel, and like, what are you doing with this instability?
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like also, that fast forward. Remember, in the course of all of this, they have her niece or nephew. Her niece.
Yeah,
and
nephew.
she is cussing this nigga out on the phone and doing all kinds of carrying on in front of this toddler baby. So, there's some lawlessness there.
In front of her mother, too, which is also...
Well, her mother...
wild to me.
Neither one of them have any level of respect for their parents. Mm-hmm. And I don't even mean that in like a respectability way. Like they have they fucking, they moaning, they vaping, there's no level of...
Because, yeah, I was about to say that they fucking all up and through Kathy's house and just no respect. No.
None at all.
No. And even Brooke, you don't have... your pissoir don't have, boundaries or, limitations on what,
Not when you let this toothless nigga raw up inside of you all willy-nilly with the intention of having a toothless baby. And then they just be twins. Now...
I do want to say her mama didn't know that she got fired, which was crazy because they work at the same place. And her mama had spawned a nuke.
Yeah.
And it was
bitch.
Pissed.
What I told you, stupid ass, not to leave that fucking job that day, and there you go. Mm-hmm. I was shocked. I was surprised by that too. I don't know if that was for production or whatever the case is. I was like, I don't understand how your mother doesn't know that you don't work there anymore.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So she goes to the house. He's clearly not elated about this news because of the space that they're in right now. And he calls his parents, Kathy and his stepfather, out to tell them the news. And we have not heard his stepfather speak so much on this show.
I said, first of all, he looks like
Santa,
a wrestler. Oh yeah, I called him the Anvil because he looked like the Anvil Neidhart. And I was like, oh, okay, cut the wrestling promo because when I tell you. Big stepdad was big mad.
You want to talk
he
about
took all the words that Kathy could not say.
He said,
Kathy, the words
they were just
Kathy was so depleted. She was just so
because Kathy don't like this bitch, but she got too much. She not mean enough to full. She wants to, but she just does not.
No,
and
so
justifiably so. The girl be running up in Kathy's there's no fucking way in hell. I don't care who Noah brings home. You can't bring nobody's child home to my fucking house acting like that. You're not about to be sitting with your big dick vape at my fucking table and moaning through my living room and acting a goddamn monkey ass in my fucking house. Mm-mm. You've lost your mind. I will physically fight you. And if you call your parents and tell them that your girlfriend's parents fought you, I'll fight your mother too.
Yeah.
So anyway, Papa Santa is screaming, she bought you rubbers and not decorations for the Christmas tree. And Brooke is delusional as motherfuck. Because the white girls on this show really peak white girl with their entitlement. Because this bitch got the nerve to get an attitude. Because they got an attitude about them possibly having a child. With knowing that she don't have a job. And this nigga donates plasma twice a week to make sure that he got some spending money. Because earlier, Kathy, she pulled up the Chat GPT because the elders love Chat GPT now to figure out how to tell him how much it costs on the low end to raise a child for 18 years. And the crazy part about it is Brooke got 2. And you know how expensive it is and you still are attempting to have this baby. So everybody is...
She said it in the beginning. It's not the smartest thing to have this baby. Both of them did. But for whatever reason... They still are big fat want to do it anyway.
So all the parents are big fucking pissed about this information, and rightfully so. And she's delusional about their reactions. And she's back there as they just told him that she took 4 positive pregnancy tests, still puffing away on her big dick vape.
Yeah.
Oof.
Next episode. JK got a job. And because of that, he's no longer on an ankle monitor. And also because of that, he's MIA. So he was supposed to take Brooke to the doctor to get an official blood test to see if she's really in the family way or not. But he's gone missing. He took the GPS tracking off his phone, and her mother, Brooke's mother, thinks that JK is back using, and there might be some evidence to that. We'll get to that in a second. So he says to the camera, like he seems to be on the straight and narrow, that he's fighting temptation. And then while he's saying that, he pulls up to Alex's house and he's taking the mic off. So in my head, I was like, oh, he definitely dropped off some dick at Alex's.
Absolutely.
And when production asked, like, what happened, and he refuses to tell production what happened, he was like, whatever happened between us is between us.
Yeah, so it was a lot of that, like you said earlier, this episode. And then we learned that he may not have dropped dick that one particular time, because he definitely did several other times.
Yes.
But before that, she goes take her blood test. Her mother goes with her. He's not answering the phone all day. She's blowing him up. She's leaving, vile voicemails in front of this toddler child in the back seat. And then she drops, her mom off to her car at her crib. And we see Queen Bonnie coming out the house with her things. Because remember, she was living at Brooke's house. But you can imagine, once Brooke found out that she told JK about her job, she kicked her out. And that's what happened.
Yeah. So Bonnie and Brooke have a standoff, kind of.
Yeah.
Brooke is kind of like talking cash shit, like, haha, like, whatever, bitch, like, I have a man, stop being nosy, bitch, whatever, you're messy, whatever. And Bonnie was like, okay, bitch, you up here talking about your relationship, and you don't know half of the relationship that you're in.
Yeah.
And so Bonnie's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Bonnie was like, well, Alex just had a miscarriage, and it was JK's baby. So
Trump card.
Now.
Or
Now.
Big Joker.
Yeah. Now, Brooke is trying her best not to look like she has egg on her face.
Baby, but her face is cracked. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Shattered.
Because nobody expected that bombshell, right? Where I thought she was gonna say, "Oh, him and Alex just been fucking." I didn't expect the whole miscarriage situation. So she's up here, whatever, bitch, whatever you're lying, fuck you, whatever. So how I knew she was hurt was because she called Kathy, and she said, "Kathy, where you at? I'm about to pull up on you." So she pulls up on Kathy at her second job because the economy bad.
Yeah, and nobody's allowed to retire.
People to raise. No. And so Kathy comes out just sick of everything. She's already feeling defeated. You know what I mean? And so she sits down on the curb and has a heart-to-heart with Brooke. And so she shares some things with Brooke, and she was like, he might be using. I've taken videos of him, and he seems to be real out of it. And in the videos that Kathy shows, he does seem to be a little out of it, but he could just be high.
That's exactly what it is. He's high. No, that wasn't weed high. That nigga was leaning. He was incoherent when he spoke, because remember, Brooke was like, I can't understand anything coming out of his mouth. He was saying something to the camera. And so he was leaning. He was like, doing all of that. I think that felt like a Fenty situation.
It might be. And so, Kathy talks about the perils of burying your son. Like, she had a very open moment to America, right? This idea of, like, she's had 3 friends who've had to bury their sons, and no parent should have to do that. And so she talks about how worried she is about him, and then Brooke confides in her, tells her the things that's going on with Alex and things, and so she's like, oh shit, well, maybe you should go talk to Alex. And I kind of agreed. I was like, maybe this would be the time to go have a one-on-one with Alex, so you understand that where you're getting yourself into and what she's getting herself into, or have
Yeah,
got herself
because again,
into.
you all are dizzy behind this toothless nigga, both of you, and you got
Right,
big beef with this bitch for what? Because she's his ex.
right.
Like, let's be
It's
real
just a
here.
man.
It's just a man, and it's a man who don't have no teeth in his head.
Mm.
So, really, we can leave it at just a man. But like, what are we doing right
Mm-hmm.
now, ladies? So, yeah, Kathy encourages her to have that conversation, and she says she's going to. So we'll see how that turns out. But we know that she's not a
They
reasonable
about to thump in
person.
the middle of the street.
Exactly, she's not reasonable. She's not reasonable at
Mm-mm.
all. And in her, even when she is aware that she is wrong, even when she is aware that a situation is not what she wants it to be, she still stands on, being wrong and strong. So I'm concerned about her going and having that conversation because she doesn't ever come from a place of like true resolve.
No.
But that was 4 fucking episodes of Love After Lockup.
Yeah.
Jesus. Thank you all. If you sat through this, you can send XD photos via DM of Loretta Devine in all facets of her career.
I actually look forward to that. Don't DM me. You could just at me. That's fine.
Whatever.
Yeah. You my blessed Mary Jane.
Exactly. I hope it's all
but
of her
again,
being a stud.
Again, thank you for listening each and every week. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Next episode of Love After Lockup recap will be exclusively on Patreon, so
Yes.
subscribe to that.
One episode.
Yes, one episode each week. I do know. I said we were. Total side note. I said we are going to watch Survivor versus Australia on Patreon, but so much has happened. I'm just going to have to recap it with Jay.
Oh, copy. Okay.
Again, thank you for all for listening and tuning in, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.